The sky swirled, thunder and lightning tearing through the gloomy night. The day of awakening had arrived. Amidst the majestic yet desolate scenery, a spatial gate opened leading to the most dangerous place, an S-rank death's nest. The gate glowed red, swirling menacingly before the eyes of humanity. It was the most ancient existence, inside a dungeon filled with deadly white bones. The first S-rank dungeon to appear on the blue planet. For many decades, the Death's Nest remained unconquered. Countless mighty warriors had lost their lives here. I stepped out from the thick smoke and dust with a sword in my hand. And now I, 2 men, had single-handedly challenged the Death's Nest and won. Before I could enjoy the victory, enemies surrounded me, mocking. I had destroyed the strongest god-tier aberrant beast. But 2 men, don't cling to your life anymore. Hand over the divine artifact. Cold, sharp sword points were aimed straight at the lone hero, Godslayer. Your luck has run out. 2 men, surrender. You are a hero of humanity. We will grant you a swift death. 2 men gripped his sword, which was burning with fire, listening to the despicable seduction of the enemy. Tell us where you hid the divine artifact, and maybe we will leave your corpse intact. HMTH, I didn't expect you people to ambush me right after I cleared the dungeon just to rob the divine artifact. Recognizing the leader stepping forward with a triumphant look, he spoke coldly. So, was this your plan from the beginning, Tron Hyun? He swung his weapon threateningly, murderous intent radiating. Hand over the divine artifact. 2 men, a fake promise uttered from the mouth of a traitor gloating over their past brotherhood. I won't kill you. I will just cripple your power. 2 men smiled bitterly, swinging his glowing red greatsword up, preparing for battle. Hey, I must have been blind. Since I was 18, I treated you like a brother, fighting side by side with you for so many years. His eyes were full of fury and utter disappointment, only to realize I never saw how poisonous your heart was. Energy exploded. He roared as he rushed into the life and death battle. Since all you people want is the divine artifact. A terrifying collision sound rang out, shaking heaven and earth. Boom! Stepping out of the smoke with an overwhelming aura, he challenged. If you want to taste the power of the heaven-defying divine ring, then come and take it. But I doubt any of you have the guts. The crowd panicked, faltering before that terrible power. This power, it must be a divine artifact. There is no time. Kill 2 men and find the divine artifact. He is hiding. Wait. He holds the power of the divine artifact. We cannot act rashly. Tron Hyun remained calm, looking up at the high sky with a sinister smile. The plan is just one step away from completion. Suddenly, a black shadow swooped down from above, calling his name loudly. 2 men. 2 men paused, looking up in surprise. Ha! A beautiful girl rushed down, filled with worrying. 2 men. She hugged him tight, her voice choked with concern. What are you doing here? I heard someone is plotting to harm you. 2 men. I was so worried. 2 men smiled to reassure her, completely letting his guard down before his beloved. It's okay. I obtained the divine artifact, the heaven-defying divine ring. He turned his back to her, confidently facing the enemy. They are no match for me, but there was one thing he didn't understand. The image of Tron Hyun smirking meaningfully appeared in his mind. How did they know my whereabouts? Suddenly, a sharp blade pierced through his chest from behind, accompanied by a whisper. It was me. 2 men was shocked, looking at the girl he trusted most casting magic. Nan 2 man. Why? Tron Hyun shouted in excitement, seeing that the time had come. Success. The final catalyst is in position. Activate the binding formation. The whole land shook. A giant glowing red formation swallowed him. Down tight by chains, 2 men painfully realized the cruel truth. This sealing curse, it belongs to Nan 2 man. Did she betray me a long time ago? Tron Hyun hugged Nan 2 man's waist, triumphantly declaring the deadly trap. This is a binding formation we prepared specifically for you. You can't use your power anymore. Sorry. 2 men. To be honest, I was only with you because of Tron Duong. He continued to mock the pain of others, revealing his true face. When I saw you awaken the 9-star talent, I knew immediately I could use you to seize the divine artifact. 2 men ground his teeth, roaring in fury, helpless as he was bound by chains. Damn it! The formation beneath his feet glowed red. The cry of kill rang through the sky from the enemies. The mage minions on the cliff unleashed their skills downward to destroy him, kill him, seize the divine artifact. Suddenly, a giant skeletal hand rose from the ground, blocking the attack. Boom! A figure rushed forward shouting, using their body to block the rain of magic bullets. Stop! The skeletal hand collided violently with the enemy's firepower, creating a massive fiery explosion protecting Taemin. Taemin was stunned, shocked to see the person who had just appeared to save him. Amidst the siege, "What are you doing here?" The girl holding a staff stood proudly in the middle of the fierce battlefield, exchanging a determined look. Ki Zhao, the necromancer, turned back and shouted to reassure him. "Taemin, don't give up. You can let these cowards take the divine artifact." Tron Hyan sneered, ordering his soldiers to attack more frantically. "Humph, another one tired of living. There are dozens of high-level experts here. Now, even if the Heavenly King comes down, he can save Taemin. Smoke and fire obscure everything." Ki Zhao single-handedly fought against the storm of attacks coming from all sides. Tron Han personally rushed forward with a sword crackling with lightning in his hand, murderous intent radiating. "Anyone who blocks my path must die." Taemin panicked and warned when he saw danger approaching his benefactor. "Careful on your flank." Ki Zhao was startled, her eyes widening as she realized the opening, but it was too late to react. Tron Han ambushed her from her blind spot, with a cruel smile and a cold blade. "Don't blame me, classmate Ki Zhao." Taemin stared wide-eyed as his friend took a fatal hit. Blood sprayed from Ky Zhao. The enemy's cold voice rang out as he stepped over her body. "Ki Zhao, now is not the time to waste energy worrying about others." Immediately, he turned and landed a powerful lightning kick into Taemin's stomach. "You go die too." Red chains pierced through his body. Tron Han crushed his last hope. "Hand over the divine artifact, and I might consider sparing your trash life." Taemin coughed up blood, his eyes full of hatred looking at the despicable traitor. "You!" he screamed in despair as the formation tore at him, causing extreme pain. "You bastards!" A terrifying energy was released to end it all. Divine skill. Self-destruction. A horrific explosion swept across the ground, shattering everything before its overwhelming power. This power, it's a divine skill. Amidst the ruins, Taemin's trembling hand reached out in the faint blue smoke. Ki Zhao, he held her blood-soaked body in his arms, painfully asking, "Why did you come here? I've disappointed you so many times." Tears mixed with blood flowed down Taemin's face. Regret and suffering surged to the extreme. Ki Zhao smiled weakly, reaching her hand into the air as if wanting to wipe away his tears. "Taemin, if we must die, let us die together." A giant sword plunged into the ground in the middle of the desolate battlefield, marking a tragic end. "This is, today." Taemin screamed a vow from his veins. "I, Taemin, the God Slayer, swear right here and now." His eyes burned with the fire of hatred. He ground his teeth, uttering every word. "If I can be reborn, I will hunt you down and tear you all into 100 pieces." The traitorous couple looked in panic at his insane action. "Nam to you, man." Tron Hyan. What is he planning to do?" Tron Hyan widened his eyes in horror, realizing the intention of mutual destruction. He's trying to drag the divine artifact down to the Death's Nest with him. He screamed in panic, seeing Taemin throw himself into the abyss. "Quick, stop him. Get the divine artifact." Throwing himself into the void, Taemin laughed arrogantly, challenging, "You want the divine artifact? Then come down here and get it." He let go, leaving a final provocation in midair. His hand reached out. The ring, the divine artifact, shone brilliantly on the line between life and death. A blinding white light enveloped everything. His consciousness gradually faded. "Am I dead?" Suddenly, the scenery changed. He was stunned, looking at the blue sky and the familiar school. "Where is this?" The sound of a microphone pulled him back to the noisy reality. Hee. On the podium, the teacher excitedly announced the good news. "It's out. At the 127th Awakening Ceremony of the First Hyan Kin Academy, student Vuong Quan has successfully changed jobs." The fire on the altar burned brightly. Information appeared clearly. A life profession, enchanter. Innate attribute, 3 stars. Most of the people awakening at the ceremony today are NT combat professions. Hot. Taemin stood in the crowd, stunned, looking at the uniform he was wearing. Enchanter is a very useful life profession. His status in the future 1 TB low. "The awakening luck of our school this year is a bit bad. He touched his chest, his heart beating fast as he recognized this familiar feeling. Looking at the panorama of the schoolyard, the shocking truth rushed back. I have returned to when I was 18 years old. On the exact day of the awakening ceremony, memories of his past life flooded back as he saw an old friend, the student who just successfully awakened, the fatty Vuong Quan. In my previous life, he was also an enchanter, if I remember correctly. The teacher continued reading the list, his voice echoing across the schoolyard. The next awakened person is Li Tung Duan, awakening successful. Combat profession, warrior, innate attribute, 2 stars, Tianvu, awakening failed. Tan Led, awakening successful, combat mage. Next, student Li Tung Duan, a male student jumped up in Zhou. Success, awakening successful, combat profession, warrior. Innate attribute, 2 stars. Conversely, sobbing sounds came from the failed ones. Next, student Tianvu, I worked so hard waiting for the awakening day, today, Don TB to Sat. Unfortunately, the awakening process failed. The crowd cheered again for another genius. Next, student Tong Led, awakening successful, profession, combat mage, as expected. In a dark corner, Tumin smirked meaningfully. He looked up at the sky, affirming his new destiny. I have been reborn. Images of his enemies appeared in his mind, fueling the flames of revenge. This opportunity to live again, perhaps it is heaven's will, wanting me to rewrite all my regrets. Suddenly, the crowd buzzed with extreme astonishment. Wow, that is a hidden combat profession. On the high platform, a platinum-haired beau shone with an extraordinary aura. Tron Yuan, awakening successful, demon hammer warrior. He held his head high arrogantly with sky-high stats, innate attribute level, 8 stars. Everyone discussed his formidable background excitedly. The first hidden combat profession has appeared. After all, that is Tron Duong, the young master of the Trong family. His father is a war emperor and his mother is a magic warrior. His bloodline was pure from the start. Tu Min narrowed his eyes, staring at his old enemy with a sharp gaze. Tron Duong. Suddenly, a slender hand patted his shoulder from behind. So you were here, congratulations. Our first Han Kin Academy has produced an 8-star genius right at the beginning of this year. Tu Min was startled, glancing back. Before his eyes was the girl he had sworn to protect. Standing there unharmed, Tu Min, I've been looking for you. Qi Zhao tilted her head, puzzled by his strange attitude. Why are you looking at me so surprised? Is there something on my face? No. I just wanted to congratulate you in advance. Qi Zhao, hot. Why congratulate me? The image of a blooded Qi Zhao from his past life superimposed on her bright smile in the present made his heart tighten. Qi Zhao, Tu Min smiled gently, his eyes full of appreciation. It's nothing, you lines know when you get on stage later. It's really good to see you again. The loudspeaker calling a name cut off the conversation. Next, student Qi Zhao, it's my turn. She stepped onto the platform. The teacher guided her attentively. Student, please place your hand on the heavenly stele. Her small hand touched the stone surface. Flows of energy began to swirl. Qi Zhao widened her eyes, surprised to feel the unusual change. A pillar of light energy suddenly shot straight up into the high sky, making everyone marvel. It appeared again. That is a hidden profession. Qi Zhao looked up at the light surrounding her, stunned by the manifest result. Qi Zhao awakened a hidden combat profession, necromancer. Innate level, 7 stars. The crowd of students below cheered excitedly. That's amazing, another hidden combat profession. Really? Our academy is so famous this year, isn't it? He thought silently, his eyes shining with absolute confidence, completely as predicted. Then, next is my turn. The teacher excitedly called the next name, expecting the miracle to continue. Let this luck continue. Next, student Tu Min. Good luck, Tu Min. Tu Min. He stepped up amidst the skeptical whispers of his classmates. 2 hidden professions were awakened consecutively. There one to be a third one. Right, I don't think so. That's Tu Min from class 1. He's an orphan. His mind drifted to the reality of this world. In a world dominated by awakened ones, Blue Planet, Dragon Kingdom, recalling the turbulent history of humanity. Decades ago, After the awakening day arrived, a new rule of survival was established. Everyone, upon reaching 18 years old, could complete a job change by participating in the awakening ceremony, becoming one of the awakened. Status and power were completely reshaped. The awakened changed the face of this world. They not only possess power to bend rules, but also wealth and equipment to change destiny. But accompanying power were lurking dangers. At the same time, they had to face giant, ferocious beasts and terrifying dungeons, roaring monsters, bearing fangs and claws in the memories of humanity. Facing a giant dragon head full of pressure, as well as countless challenges. Two men recalled his own past, and in my past life, I was an orphan. I lived on relief funds and scholarships. On the day of the awakening ceremony, I was very lucky to be favored by the heavens. An earth-shattering phenomenon occurred. An astronomical phenomenon also appeared at that time. Finally, I awakened with a 9-star innate attribute, legendary profession. He remembered the image of himself holding the blood sword full of murderous intent, God Slayer. But this time, he placed his hand on the heavenly stele with the determination to change everything. And today, in this life, the teacher looked shocked at the violently changing sky. I will once again make everyone look at me with different eyes. This kind of fluctuation. Could it be the birth of a genius with a 9-star innate attribute or higher? Qi Jiao and everyone were stunned before the unimaginable scene, such a phenomenon. Could it be another hidden profession? Impossible, right? That would be 3 people in a row. That's too crazy. Two men closed his eyes, merging with the familiar flow of energy. Come here. Let me feel the fluctuation of these ancient runes once again. Suddenly, a foreign object appeared from his chest pocket, startling him. This is the ring glowing with a brilliant aura floated in front of him. Divine artifact, heaven-defying divine ring. Did it actually travel through time with me? A golden system panel appeared, announcing shocking news. What is this? System. Strongest God Slayer job transfer system. Linked successfully. System has linked a new profession for you. Awakening successful. Mythical profession. Sword God. Two men stared in shock at the symbol of a flaming sword. A mythical profession. Sword God. The sky was torn apart by a giant purple pillar of light carrying destructive power. A giant glowing red sword materialized in midair, radiating terrifying pressure enveloping two men. The teacher fell to the floor, trembling, holding the microphone. For a phenomenon like this to appear, what kind of profession is he transforming into? The students panicked and argued about the strange phenomenon. If it's a combat profession, it would be amazing. If it's a life profession, it would be a tragedy. Are you stupid? A phenomenon like this can no way be a life profession. Trong Duan ground his teeth, staring at Tumin's back with confusion. That guy. Why isn't he moving? In the center of the red energy storm, Tumin stood silently facing the giant sword, preparing to receive the new power. Tumin was astonished looking at the notification before his eyes, realizing the massive difference. The awakened profession is Sword God, not God Slayer from the previous life. He curiously touched the screen. The high-tech interface was glowing. This golden system. System starting skin and user identity confirmation. It is completely different from the previous life. System has identified target. Confirm. Two men. A symbol of a brilliantly red sword full of authority appeared on the interface screen. Detailed information table about the profession and talent appeared clearly. Awakened profession. Sword God. Golden talent. All things sublimation. Two men broke into a sweat, unable to hide his extreme astonishment. Golden talent. This thing is even higher class than the 9-star level profession I awakened in my previous life. A confident smile gradually blossomed on his lips as he thought about the future potential. If it's really like that, it will definitely surpass the God Slayer of the previous life. However, when opening the skill interface, he was stunned because it was empty. Opening skill interface for you. 0 profession skills, no skills awakened yet. Two men froze speechless before the harsh truth. Seeing this, he angrily slammed his hand on the virtual screen, shouting in disappointment. What the hell is this? At least give me a skill. Is this worthy of being gold rank? Outside, everyone began to whisper when they saw him standing still for too long. What is that guy doing dilly-dallying? Student to men, have you finished the job change? Two men was still immersed in thought, doubting the system. Not a single skill, Then how is it different from when I hadn't awakened? Is this system pranking me? Suddenly, the system responded and gave new instructions, receiving feedback, continuing to guide you. Request to appraise ring. He looked blankly at the object that just appeared on his hand. Huh? A ring. The golden ring shone brilliantly, hovering mysteriously in front of him. System announcing appraisal result, confirming familiar item, heaven-defying divine ring. Appraisal successful. Immediately, a giant pillar of energy shot straight into the high sky. The fluctuation is too strong. The teacher had to use his staff to cover his face against the terrible energy flow. Has the awakening process finished? In the sky, amidst the energy vortex, the number 10 appeared brilliantly. The teacher widened his eyes, jaw dropping, shouting in shock, 10? It's 10 stars. The temple gate opened. The announcement of the job change result echoed. Job change to a hidden profession, Spirit Sword Master. The students below panicked, unable to believe their ears. Innate attribute 10 stars. What kind of heaven-defying monster is this? This is the talent level of a valedictorian. A male student sweated profusely, comparing with the previous genius. Holy crap, I thought Trong Duan's 8-star demon hammer warrior was scary enough. Now 10-star guy pops out, embarrassing. The principal was overjoyed, holding the microphone to declare, this year is truly a year of blooming talent for the academy. We not only have many students with hidden professions but also a child of heaven possessing a 10-star innate attribute. He hesitated for a moment. Although the potential of the Spirit Sword Master profession isn't too prominent in the swordsman system, he possesses a 10-star innate attribute talent. Two men stepped out of the altar amidst the principal's warm welcome. I believe two men will definitely have infinite potential in the future. As the principal, I decided to reward student Tamin with a set of cultivation support items. But the crowd below began to discuss with regret and sarcasm. I didn't expect it to be just a Spirit Sword Master. What a waste of innate talent. Spirit Sword Master is considered the bottom of society in the swordsman system. The swordsman system is naturally a melee profession, while Spirit Sword Master fights both range and melee, needing to cultivate both physical and magic. Although it can fight at range, it disperses resources for melee cultivation. In the end, the combat power is very mediocre, a completely weakest profession. It's true that God opens the main door but slams the back door shut. The disparaging remarks became increasingly harsh and pragmatic. 10-star talent but stuck with the pathetic Spirit Sword Master profession. How big must this psychological shock be? The Awakened Profession Summary report says if a Spirit Sword Master grinds hard in the later stages, they can still be a decent support DPS, plus 2 min's talent. I think he can develop. Dream on. Spirit Sword Master has to put in double the effort to earn cultivation points compared to others. I think the problem is whether he can survive the rookie dungeon in the early stage already. Stop flattering. Two men walked with a contemplative face, his eyes sharp and cold. Thinking. In your eyes, Spirit Sword Master is just trash. Qi Zhao rushed over, calling out loudly, 2 men. She smiled radiantly, sincerely congratulating. Congratulations, 2 men. He also politely replied, Qi Zhao, congratulations to you too. Qi Zhao looked up at him, admiringly, trying to comfort him. They are all talking nonsense. Being able to awaken a 10-star talent, 2 men, you are really amazing. Although the Spirit Sword Master profession is a bit weak in the early stage, I believe with your talent, 2 men, it will definitely not be a problem. 2 men looked at her with gentle eyes, speaking softly. Thank you, Qi Zhao. I don't mind those words. He walked past her, his face turning cold with the thought. Their reaction is exactly what I wanted. Qi Zhao looked after him blankly. Huh. The loudspeaker announcement sounded again, cutting off the train of thought. Next student, the male students below cheered excitedly seeing the person stepping up. Come on, so pretty. A beautiful girl with flowing pink hair stepped out confidently, attracting every gaze. Trong Duan blushed, staring at that girl. Student Nam Tu Man, he cheered enthusiastically. The two exchanged looks full of hidden meaning. You can do it, Tu Man. Good luck, Student Tu Man. Qi Zhao looked and exclaimed. Student Tu Man is really famous, true to being our school's beauty queen. 2 men just glanced indifferently. Huh. Nam Tu-man glanced at Tu-min's back. Ki Jiao called after Tu-min. Tu-min. The ceremony hasn't ended yet. Student Tu-man is. He walked away coldly without looking back. I am not interested. Painful memories of his previous life returned to his mind. In my previous life, that woman used my talent. In the end, she didn't hesitate to betray me. The image of her landing the fatal blow appeared clearly. I said it before. Nam Tu-man's cruel smile back then made it impossible for him to forget. I will definitely repay this grouch. The wind blew through the modern high-rise buildings of the city. Tu-min walked alone on the sidewalk. In this life, everything about daily life seems unchanged. A golden skill panel appeared in front of him, except for my awakened profession. Absolute disguise. Skill. Absolute disguise. Legendary return to simplicity. Capable of hiding or rewriting information about oneself, such as equipment, profession, skills, etc. His handsome face appeared under the disguise layer. Skill. Absolute disguise. Absolute disguise. One of the 4 skills I brought back from my previous life. A bright golden light radiated from an object in his memory. Tu-min looked at the shining object on his hand, stunned. Ring loading. Divine artifact. Heaven-defying divine ring. The system announced a series of activated skills. You have inherited a portion of skills from the God Slayer profession. Light enveloped Tu-min. He was stunned to realize a new profession. Sword God with the skills of a God Slayer. The character stats panel appeared with bright golden text. Strength 10, Constitution 10, Agility 10, Spirit 10, Luck 10, Tu-min. Level 100 EXP. Profession. Sword God unique mythical grade in the world. Talent. All things sublimation. Skills. God Slayer strike. Absolute disguise. Divine shadow step. Penetrating vision. He walked thoughtfully. An innocent commoner bearing jade becomes a crime. To avoid being used by others again like in my previous life, and because my current strength is not yet enough, his eyes became sharp and determined. Because the 10-star talent cannot be hidden, I must hide information about my sword god profession. Looking up at the deep blue sky, he silently swore, this chance of rebirth, I must grasp it tightly. 2 men walked into the lobby of a large building. Based on the experience of my previous life, one day after the awakening ceremony ends, the glowing red dungeon gate swirling menacingly appeared. In his mind, the rookie dungeon challenge will arrive. The corner of his mouth lifted into a confident smile. For me, the rookie dungeon is no challenge at all. To level up faster and get better equipment. The shadow of a giant monster appeared. I must challenge that hardest boss. He looked up at the skyscraper in front of him. Before that, I need to get myself a good weapon. The magnificent white commercial building appeared under the bright sun. Scene shifts to a dim room. Sounds of panting and intimate actions occurred. Tron Duong and Nam Tu-man were making love in a hotel room. Yuri so naughty. Classmate Tron Duong, the awakening ceremony just ended this morning. And now you've brought me to a place like this. Tron Duong was annoyed. Don't mention the awakening ceremony anymore. That guy 2 men completely stole all my glory. Nam Tu-man coaxed. Don't be angry. Although that 2 men is just a spirit sword master, the attribute he awakened is too high. He will definitely have a lot of value to exploit in the future. Tron Duong picked up his phone, smirking sinisterly. Oh, you mean? He looked at the phone screen. Here it is. If you go and flirt with him a little, Nam Tu-man licked her lips calculatingly and seductively. He will definitely bite the bait, and he will be useful for us in the future. Right at this moment, 2 men entered the bustling shopping area. The store staff bowed warmly. Welcome to the weapon shopping area, 12th floor. Wishing you a happy shopping experience. This is the place. Looking around the display stalls, 2 men silently assessed. It seems that the awakening ceremony, neighboring schools, this year has also ended. The newly awakened students are all preparing for the Rookie Dungeon Challenge tomorrow. Wow, this is the newest model in the advertisement. A group of students looked at the expensive weapon with covetous eyes. I want it so bad. Forget it. Newly awakened students like us, how can we afford such expensive weapons? We just use our awakened ability to grind like buffaloes and dogs to earn money in the future. Everyone buzzed about a beautiful ice blue sword. This is the Tyrant Eye sword. It was forged recently by a high-level player of the Great Sword Masterclass. I didn't expect it to be on the market. Price, 1 million adventure currency. Too expensive, of course. Just by slashing a target, this sword can completely freeze the blood inside the monster. It is a diamond-grade weapon. Tu Min glanced at it, sneering inwardly because he knew the truth. Great, huh? Humph, this weapon is a fake. I remember in my previous life, the merchant gang selling this pile of fake goods was all caught later. He was about to leave when an urgent voice rang out. Wait. Tu Min paused, his sharp eyes glancing to the side. A luxurious woman walked over asking, "Are you student Tu Min?" Tu Min was blank. Huh? Who are you? She handed over a business card, confidently introducing herself. I haven't introduced myself. I am Jiang Lan, Deputy Director of Jiang and Group. This is my card. Tu Min took the card, replying coldly, I don't think I know you. Ignoring that attitude, the people around looked surprised at Jiang Lan approaching him. Student Tu Min, Jiang Lan made a generous offer. On behalf of Jiang and Group, I will pay all your expenses here today. I hope student Tu Min can do me a favor. Tu Min asked back warily. Help with what? Taking out a photo, she signaled the bodyguard to hold up a phone. Yes, please take a look. On the screen was an image of a gentle, young girl holding a flower covering her face. Jiang Lan began to explain the purpose. This is my younger sister, Jiang Van Tan. She studies at the same school as you. She also just successfully awakened this morning. I have thoroughly investigated the news about you awakening a 10-star talent. Student Tu Min, with your talent, tomorrow's rookie dungeon will certainly not be too difficult. She looked straight into his eyes, making a request. I am sure you also know, only those who just changed jobs can enter the rookie dungeon. I hope you can team up with her and protect her to complete the rookie dungeon challenge. Tu Min silently looked at her, his expression unchanging. He decisively turned his back and walked away. I refuse. I am not interested. The crowd was astonished. Huh? Just by agreeing, you can choose any weapon in this store. He refused. As a dirt poor student who just awakened, you shouldn't refuse me. Responding to that condescension, Tu Min just raised his middle finger defiantly. Is that so? He pointed straight at the glass case containing the most expensive weapon. Then I want that one. All eyes turned to the flashy sword. That frost ice sword worth 1 million. Jiang Lan was stunned. This guy is making an exorbitant demand. You are planning to blackmail me. Do you really think you are worthy of that 1 million price with your current status? Tu Min remained calm, turning to leave. No, you were the one who said I could choose anything. If you don't want to, then forget it. Before disappearing, he left a piece of advice. There are many things that cannot be shortcut just by financial power. Tell your sister to prepare with all her might for the rookie dungeon test tomorrow. Jiang Lan looked after him, grinding her teeth in anger, but also with interest. Humph. Interesting, student Tu Min. Consider this as you having offended us. Let us go. The crowd whispered about the action just now. That guy just played the Jiang and Group people. Tu Min suddenly heard a notification sound. He pulled out his phone to check. A message from who? The sender's name appeared on the green screen. Nantu Man. Reading the message content, he smirked sarcastically. Tu Min, didn't you always like me? I've changed my mind. I want to meet you tonight on the school building rooftop. HMPH. Exactly the same message. Although in this life I didn't awaken the God Slayer profession, she is still Nantu Man. You really haven't changed a bit. Tu Min's eyes became cold as he remembered the past. To me of this time in the previous life, Tu Min quickly replied, agreeing to the calculated date. Okay, see you there. Leaving the main hall, he entered a deserted weapon shop. The staff bowed politely. Excuse me for disturbing. Yes. Hello, how can I help you? Tu Min walked to the counter displaying rough blocks of stone, asking probingly. Are these things sword blanks that can randomly create high-quality sword weapons? Ah yes, these weapon blank stones have a chance to create silver-grade weapons. The female staff looked hesitant, sincerely advising him. But sir, you must understand that it is all based on probability. Most rough stones only create the lowest grade weapons. I hope you consider carefully before buying. This is exactly what I want. Seeing the customer determined, the female staff could only sweat, looking at him with worrying. Min smiled confidently, placing his hand on a pitch-black stone. Compared to buying a silver-grade weapon at an exorbitant price that will soon be outdated, betting once here at a cheap price is the most suitable choice. A blue magic circle appeared in his eyes, analyzing the internal structure. Instead of calling it a gamble, it must be said that I can see the data inside these rough stones. It is all thanks to the second skill left to me by the god. Slaya from the previous life, the symbol of a glowing red eye appeared on the skill panel. Skill, penetrating vision, legendary return to simplicity. The user's eyes possess true seeing power, capable of perceiving basic information of all matter. He picked up a stone, smiling satisfied at finding a bargain. This is it. Compared to normal silver-grade weapons sold for hundreds or thousands of adventure currency, getting one now for only 50 currency is truly an absolute bargain. It perfectly suits me, now that I have returned to being a poor student. Suddenly, whispering sounds rang out from behind. Hey, isn't he that the brat who just refused Jian and group? What is he holding in his hand? A group of rich students walked over. The leader named Duan Din uttered mockery. Isn't he that one of those trashy weapon blank stones used for gambling weapons? Oh my. Oh my. I thought you were some big shot, so confident. Refusing a group's invitation just to come here and play with these trashy stones. Hey ha ha ha, are you an idiot? Min sighed wearily, not bothering to turn his head. I recognize him. Duan Din, the rich kid who specializes in bullying juniors in my previous life. So annoying. He sat down at the counter, calmly issuing a challenge. Hey, I am talking to you guys. Do you dare to bet 5,000 adventure currency that I can get a silver-grade weapon? Duan Din and his henchmen were stunned, silenced by his boldness. Immediately after, they burst out laughing as if hearing the funniest joke of the century. Hey ha ha ha, he really is an idiot. Duan Din smirked, his eyes full of contempt and triumph. This type of weapon blank stone has a 99.99% chance of creating trash. I've never seen anyone like throwing money out the window like that. Ha ha ha. We line see who has to pay whom. He crossed his arms, lifting his chin to order arrogantly. Then it's a deal. I will open it right now. Don't even think about backing out. The system panel appeared requesting confirmation. Confirm opening rough stone? While Duan Din continued to mock, let us see if a ragtag guy like you can cough up 5,000 from me. Ha ha. To Min's left eye flashed. The skill activated silently. Skill, penetrating vision activated. Through the stone shell, he saw clearly the shape of the glowing red sword inside. I can see it. A sword with a sharp blade, radiating brilliant red light, waiting to be unleashed. Min swung his hand, smashing the stone hard, shouting, "Come out!" Orange gold light exploded, making Duan Din and the henchman wide-eyed in horror. How? Impossible. Min's hand gripped the sword hilt. Energy shockwaves radiated powerfully. Thud. The students watching stared in extreme surprise. Min stood proudly with the long sword in his hand. Item notification appeared. Weapon received. Black iron blood sword low-grade silver. Special stat. Blood drinker. After this sword causes injury to a monster, it can absorb the drawn blood to heal wounds for the user. This is truly a good weapon. He admired the cold sharp blade, smiling meaningfully, and it fits perfectly for tonight's date. Duan Din and his gang stood frozen, trembling in disbelief. He actually got lucky. Min pointed the sword straight at Duan Din's face. This sword costs 0 currency. It even has a lifesteal effect, saving me the trouble of finding a healer. Received black iron sword. Silver grade. Lifesteal effect 10. He sweated cold. A bet is a bet. So I will accept this 5,000 adventure currency. The phone dinged, signaling money arriving in the account. While the female staff looked worriedly after Duan Din's group stomping away in resentment, 5,000 received. Prat, I will remember your face next time. Don't bet with people so easily. Stats are average. It's been many years since anyone in the shop received a weapon from a raw weapon blank stone. Ignoring the threat, Min turned to the female staff. Hello, I also need a suitable scabbard. If I remember correctly, that one cost exactly 5,000 currency, right? Yes. Yes. Please come this way to choose a scabbard. Everyone disperse, this kid was just too lucky. System announced the new item just purchased, received silver grade scabbard. Effect, reduces weapon durability consumption by 50. Min sheathed the sword with satisfaction, silently calculating costs. With this scabbard, I can significantly reduce the weapon's durability consumption. Currently, I don't have enough money to replace this sword immediately. Thank you for your support. System interface appeared. Open hidden function. Weapon materialization. Min smiled, declining. Not yet time. His eyes became sharp and ambitious. I will take this weapon. Scene shifts to a bustling basketball court under the blue sky, and raise it to another level. In a deserted forest, Min pulled out the new sword to admire. In this life, although I awakened as a sword god, I don't have a single usable profession skill yet. But on the profession talent tree, there is an extremely powerful initial talent. A brilliant golden magic circle appeared beneath his feet. All things sublimation. All things sublimation can upgrade the quality of any loot, such as combat skills, equipment, scrolls, etc. Any item can only be sublimated or indirectly sublimated once. His hand glowed, transmitting energy into the sword. Just having this talent alone, it truly deserves the gold rank profession that Sword God represents. Talent, all things sublimation has been activated. The sword transformed, a glowing red aura surrounded the sharp blade. Sublimation successful, obtained bloodthirst effect. High-grade silver black iron blood sword. 1. Blood drinker. After this sword locks onto a target, it can absorb the target's blood through attacks or contact to heal the user. 2. Bloodthirst. After killing a monster with this sword, all user stats will temporarily increase by 5 points for 30 seconds. After killing an enemy, I can get a buff temporarily increasing all stats. Nice. Min sheathed the sword, his eyes confidently looking towards the future. Open hidden function. Weapon materialization. Now, the rookie dungeon tomorrow will be much easier. Night fell. The city clock tower lit up, signaling the time had come. By the window looking out at the shimmering city, Min stood quietly holding his sword. Thud. On the windy rooftop, a petite female figure was waiting under the moonlight. Man turned around, brushing her hair seductively and reproachfully. Finally you came. You late, you know. Suddenly her pupils contracted, reflecting the cold sword light rushing towards her. A brutal wine-tearing slash aimed straight at her without hesitation. The ear-piercing sound of metal collision rang out in the silent night. Ah! Man jumped back, hair disheveled, shouting in panic. What are you doing? She looked at the boy in front of her with extreme shock. Min stepped out of the shadows, planting the sword into the ground, his eyes cold, declaring, I came here to take revenge. Man held her phone, pretending to be bewildered and hurt. Revenge? What are you talking about? I accepted your confession. The phone screen redisplayed the fake sweet messages. That's why I took the initiative to ask you out here. Min. Are you there? Min. Min. There is something I want to tell you. Man. What is it? Min. Actually, I have liked you for a long time. Can you date me? Man. Okay, I actually like you too. Student Min. She continued playing the victim, screaming in grievance. You were the one who wanted to date me. And now you intend to hurt me. Min smirked faintly, his eyes distant. But that is a story of the previous life. Memories flooded back. The image of the girl standing out in the crowd appeared. She, who was always recognized as the school beauty, was always a prominent figure at school. Being an orphan who never received attention from others, I never thought I would have a chance to interact with her. I certainly never thought that on the second day after the awakening ceremony. A pink-haired girl worriedly bent down to ask him. Student Min, feeling unwell, why did you take the initiative to care about me? The two sat opposite each other, warm sunlight shining down. Since that day, I received her care. It was the care I had craved all my life. The fateful message appeared clearly, the confession. Images of the two sitting back to back in a poetic flower field, dating, holding hands, kisses, and intimate gestures, interaction. Immediately after, a photo taken with the enemy appeared like a knife cutting into the heart. Those days were the time I cherished the most. Min roared in fury, cutting off the reminiscence. But it was all fake. He glared, exposing her true face. I know all about your dirty dealings with Tron Duan. You are just trying to exploit my talent and ability. Nam Tu-man stepped back, sweating profusely, trying to deny weakly. Don't speak nonsense. Tu-min stepped closer, his overwhelming aura making her suffocate. You know well whether I am speaking nonsense or not. The beautiful and graceful Nam Tu-man that everyone sees is a lie. In reality, you are just a vain, despicable, and shameless bitch. Nam Tu-man ground her teeth, her face distorted with anger and shame. You, she screamed frantically, revealing her true nature. What the hell do you know, you orphan? If your talent wasn't valuable, you wouldn't even have a chance to talk to me. How dare you call me a bitch? Both Tron Duan and I won't let you off for this. Tu-min smirked contemptuously, replying provocatively, HMPH, come at me. But I am afraid you should worry about how the story of you despicable lovebirds will affect your innocent, pure image. Nam Tu-man was hit where it hurt. She panicked, cursing. Damn it, her hand gripped a sword hilt. Murderous intent flare in the darkness. Swish, taking advantage of an opening, Nam Tu-man rushed forward intending to ambush. Tu-min coldly watched that familiar action, his eyes darkening exactly like in his previous life. Suddenly, the sword blade became glowing red, terrifying her. His eyes were sharp, seeing through every trick of the opponent. You like to ambush, don't you? I anticipated it. A blood sword activated the lifesteal skill, radiating a chilling red aura enveloping her. Weapon activated, Blood Drinker. After the sword locks onto a target, it can absorb the target's blood through attacks or contact to heal the user. The trap was set for you from the beginning when I made you the target. Attacked by the sword, she fell backward in pain. Ah, my face. Looking at the ruined face reflected in the blade, she screamed in despair. My face is ruined. You brought this on yourself. Now is the time for my revenge. In her madness, she threatened with her ultimate backer. I will tell Tron Duan to kill you. Tu-min looked down with contempt, remembering his stupid past when he once loved this woman. The sword light slowly faded. He turned his back and walked away, ignoring the loser trembling on the ground. Go back and tell Tron Duan that he can come settle the score with me. Consider the slash today, something I cut off. His lonely back merged into the city night, shedding the past. This sword strike also severed the care that I once cherished. The phone vibrated. A notification appeared on the screen cutting off his train of thought. Ding. Please receive your gift. A rookie gift pack from Principal Vuong appeared with valuable items. Blood Bone Pill buy 1. Combat Suit gift pack buy 1. 10,000 Adventure Currency. This is a rookie gift pack specifically for you, student Tu-min, with 10-star talent. As a reward from the school, we hope you can make good use of it and achieve high results in the rookie dungeon. Principal Vuong. Dawn broke. Bright golden sunlight signaled the start of a new day. The next day, 6 a.m., Tu-min grimaced swallowing the red pill, feeling the bitter taste. Blood Bone Pill, that old man, the principal, is quite generous. But I think he feels sorry for me for awakening a 10-star talent but only receiving the Spirit Sword Master profession, so he wants to help compensate. This thing tastes terrible for breakfast. His body glowed. His level immediately increased along with a line of text. Constitution Attribute 10, EXP 100, level up. Owner of profession level 2. Received 10 free attribute points. Congratulations on reaching level 2. System announced unlocking a new powerful talent on the skill panel. Passive talent activated. Original sword body. The heart is the source, the natural will of the sword. You can learn all sword type skills ignoring all restrictions. Tu-min walked in the forest with a confident smile. As expected from my 10-star golden talent. I can learn a new talent at just level 2. I will show them what I have in the rookie dungeon today. The majestic scene of the crowded gathering area. Students of First Han Kin Academy. Rookie dungeon area. Rapid footsteps approached him, blocking the path. Thud thud. Tu-min sweated, feeling annoyed at being disturbed. How? A group of students surrounded him. Hey. Applying to join group, student Tu-min, can we team up with you? With your 10-star talent potential and the principal's rookie gift pack assisting, even as a spirit sword master, you can certainly pass this rookie dungeon easily. Let us join. With our professions, we can compensate for the weaknesses of a spirit sword master, complementing each other to increase the contribution value we receive. Two men frowned in annoyance, thinking about the hypocrisy of the crowd. This bunch of people, weren't they looking down on my profession yesterday? Truly pragmatic. Sorry, I already have a team. Just then, Qi Zhao appeared, surprised to hear his refusal. Hud, two men, you already have a team, she hurriedly explained, looking regretful. I came here early in the morning hoping to be the first to team up with you. Two men. Don T. Qi Zhao, Don T. Actually, two men looked at her with serious eyes, explaining the real reason. The thing I am about to challenge isn't the usual contribution rewards. If you team up with me, Qi Zhao, I am worried you lines get hurt. He turned away, muttering his plan, making Qi Zhao momentarily sad. I plan to challenge it alone. I understand, sorry. A handsome male student suddenly approached to greet him. You are student to men, right? I am non-trach from class 4. My awakened talent is 9-star Demon Hunter Ranger. I wonder if you would like to join our team, student to men. Two men coldly recalled the past and firmly refused. Non-trach, I remember him from my previous life. He was also a 9-star awakened like me. No. KY Zhao immediately stood in front of non-trach, protecting to men. Student to men has already teamed up with me. Don't bother him anymore. Oh, is that so? Sorry for disturbing. Two men smiled watching Qi Zhao disperse the crowd for him. Everyone disperse, go somewhere else. Qi Zhao is really reliable. Two men looked up at the clock signaling the time. I think the dungeon is about to open. The spatial gate glowed bright. The announcement rang out. Attention students. The 127th Rookie Dungeon Challenge officially begins. It started. A 3D image of the principal appeared. He scratched his head apologetically. I sincerely apologize. As the principal, I overslept and couldn't come in person to cheer for you. I can only live stream from home to explain the Rookie Dungeon rules to you. His voice became solemn as he explained the survival rules. The Rookie Dungeon Challenge lasts 1 day. It is a test that newly awakened students this year must undergo. Every student has been registered. We can identify you as soon as you enter the dungeon. Inside the dungeon, each challenger will earn points and rewards based on personal contribution in the challenges. To ensure a high survival rate, it is best to challenge in teams. You only need to complete the dungeon challenge within the day to be considered having completed your life after awakening. Students, the moment to decide destiny has arrived. Are you ready? Qi Zhao nodded determinedly. But when she turned around, she saw no one. Blur, huh? Where is two men? The principal shouted through the virtual screen. No more talking. The dungeon is officially open. A figure rushed out with terrifying speed, stunning everyone. Huh? Someone already went in. The students only saw a streak of light left behind. I saw it too. Recognizing the familiar back, someone shouted, "That's the 10-star genius to men." Two men rushed like an arrow through the digital data streams. He leapt into the teleportation gate, leaving everything behind. In the teleportation space, two men smirked nostalgically. This rookie dungeon brings back such familiar feelings, it suddenly makes me miss the past. Back then, I was both scared and excited, running around recklessly just to earn a bit more contribution value. The gate of light opens before your eyes, welcoming new warriors, the holders of Blue Planet's new professions. The multiversal slaughter is about to begin. This place is full of danger and opportunity. You will complete your challenge here to leave this place and receive rewards. Besides accumulating enough contribution value by killing normal bosses, there is another harder way, and in this life, I will choose the hardest challenge. Eliminate the ultimate hidden boss. I am coming. Right at this moment, the gloomy jungle scenery appeared. Raging Tide Forest, F rank. Two men landed safely, assessing the surrounding situation. The map for the rookie dungeon is randomized every year. This place is completely different from the map when I was in this dungeon in my previous life. Moreover, he looked up at the sky. Analyzing the dungeon mechanism, all dungeon gate spawn points are random. Therefore, planning the route is different for each challenger. And the monsters you might encounter in the dungeon are also different. In front of him was a giant tree monster with a fiery face. This guy is an elite monster. Although it is immobile like a tree, if its vines lock onto a target, you will be pulled into the burning hollow on its head and roasted. Min opened the positioning mat, determining his movement strategy. My target is to challenge the hidden boss. I should try to avoid these annoying monsters. And the reason I rushed to be the first to enter the dungeon. Min stared intently at the virtual map displaying locations. Is to scout the route first and find the things I need to challenge the hidden boss. Although the map changes, the way to fight the boss doesn't. It 1T change. If more people enter later, he swung his sword, cutting down the obstacles blocking his way. Rushing forward, then collecting items, will be much more difficult. Let us go. Scene shifts to another corner of the forest. At 7:30 a.m., a blue-haired female student was panting. The girl stopped to observe the surroundings. The teleportation gate was deserted. There seemed to be no other challengers nearby. Right, it is so quiet, must be safe. Suddenly her group of friends looked up in shock, hearing a strange noise. Wait, there's a noise. From the bushes, a black shadow rushed out with terrifying speed. Over there, a male student in the group was attacked unexpectedly, screaming, "Save me!" The others were terrified seeing the scene before them. A herd of aggressive monsters rushed forward bearing fangs and claws. It is a frenzied giant blood rat. The group of students panicked, breaking formation. Everyone running for themselves. Run, split up and run. Outside the dungeon, the update board announced tragic news. Real-time dungeon report. 7:31 a.m. 3 challengers were bitten to death by frenzied blood rats. The highest among them was a 6-star talent awakened. Li Daibu, Qi Zhao and everyone outside were shocked and extremely worried. Even a 6-star awakened. I haven't even finished teaming up, and challengers have already died in the dungeon. Everyone team up quickly. Those inside the dungeon need more help. Dakinsai, the blue-haired girl, was still running for her life. Huff huff huff, she leaned against the tree, face smeared with dirt and fear. I got separated from them. Amidst the gloomy forest, a gecko was stalking the girl. Where is this? I am completely lost. She widened her eyes in horror, sensing imminent danger from the tree canopy. A giant black shadow swooped down, accompanied by a growl. The monster revealed itself. A giant hairy ape. Ape monster. It swung its giant fist down at the helpless little girl. Boom. The girl looked desperately at death approaching. Help. The cry for help stuck in her throat as the scythe of death descended. Save. No. Suddenly, glowing red sword streaks tore through space, chopping up the monster. A male student hiding nearby witnessed the horrifying scene. Gas. Recalling his moment of bad luck when encountering a high-level monster. Bloodthirsty brown bear elite LV5. Why did I run into an elite monster right at the start? Such bad luck. Screams of misery rang out as he was mauled by the bear. Everywhere in the dungeon, monsters rampaged, slaughtering the rookies. Swamp Hunter LV2. Another group of students was being chased relentlessly. Tracking Hound LV3. Desperate cries for help echoed on the communication channel. General channel. Teleportation point at 9 o'clock position on the map is surrounded by monsters. Requesting more support. A giant lizard was devastating another formation. Dragonfied lizard LV5. 6 o'clock position also needs help. The situation became increasingly tragic and chaotic. 11 o'clock position is also surrounded. Monsters are coming endlessly. A purple-haired girl watched her teammates fall in pools of blood. Center direction. A team of 5, my teammates. The tragic scene covered everything as the whole team was wiped out. Are all wiped out? A survivor lay flat on the grass trembling. If they hadn't told me to hide. The blue-haired girl from earlier was still trembling, cowering. The dungeon has only started for half an hour. The difficulty of this rookie dungeon is too high, she wondered in utter despair. Can newly awakened students like us really challenge and survive this level? Suddenly she looked up, eyes widening in astonishment, looking ahead. A figure was dancing with a sword skillfully amidst the herd of monsters, creating beautiful streaks of light. A giant monster collapsed to the ground, disintegrating into powder before the overwhelming power. Strong, too strong. 2 men sheathed his sword. The girl stammered thanks and recognized her benefactor. He killed that monster in the blink of an eye. Thank you for saving me, are you? Under the dim light of the dungeon, 2 men turned back with a cold face. 2 men, 10 stars. Two men smiled faintly, passing the girl with sharp eyes. I was just passing by, but I can save you a second time. That monster hasn't been killed yet. The girl was stunned, not understanding what was happening at the warning. The girl started to run. I will go call for reinforcements for you. Student to men, try to hold on. Immediately, a special observation skill activated in his eyes, penetrating vision. The monster's stat panel appeared glowing red, signaling danger. Beast, Mutant Gorilla King mutated. Level 3, Strength, 28, Constitution, 24, Agility, 5, Spirit, 6, Luck, 4, Skill, Slap. Tumin narrowed his eyes analyzing, realizing why the silver-grade weapon couldn't finish it instantly. So it's a mutated Gorilla King. No wonder it could survive continuous attacks from my silver-grade weapon in this F-rank dungeon. The monster smashed hard onto the ground, creating a massive tremor. Tumin nimbly dodged. Boom, he silently praised. This guy's speed isn't bad at all. The corner of his mouth lifted defiantly. Then let us have a little contest. The skill system inherited from the previous life appeared. Glowing golden, inherited from my previous life. You have inherited a portion of skills from the God Slayer profession. He chose the third skill, a divine movement skill. Third skill, Divine Shadow Step. 1. Divine Shadow Step, a movement technique, accelerates your speed by 50. Immediately upon activation, you are immune to all physical, magical, and mental attacks and cannot be targeted. He consumed a large amount of stamina activating it. Tumin's body glowed. He rushed forward like a blue lightning bolt. Whoosh! Speed skyrocketed. He left an after image passing the giant monster. Speed. In the blink of an eye, he appeared right behind the gorilla. I am behind you. Wine-tearing slashes descended, causing the monster extreme pain. Slash. Tumin landed lightly, dusting off his hands arrogantly. Seems like no need for a contest. Really boring, he coldly delivered the finishing blow. I am done playing with you. The Gorilla King shattered into pieces of red data. Victory notification appeared. Successfully defeated Mutant Gorilla King. A golden scroll dropped from the monster's corpse. Sparkling. Loot obtained. Skill scroll straight/low copper grade. Tumin picked up the item, assessing its value. A straight/skill, although only low copper grade, it is not bad for this rookie dungeon. Suddenly golden light enveloped him along with a resounding notification. Ding! First blood. The server-wide notification board appeared, honoring the winner. Player level 2, Spirit Sword Master. Has completed first blood. Killed Mutant Gorilla King at Raging Tide Forest. Title awarded. First blood. Other students in the forest looked up at the announcement board in surprise. A notification of dungeon achievement. A player successfully killed a monster, and it was a mutated one too. Reward. Dungeon title falling into the hands of the injured blue-haired girl, saving her life just in time. Reward. Dungeon title. All players in the dungeon receive small recovery potion by 1. I am saved. I really needed to replenish health. Everyone buzzed about the identity of the mysterious person who just achieved the feat, Spirit Sword Master. Could it be Tumin from the first academy? Oh right. Tumin is a 10-star Spirit Sword Master. It might not be him. There are a few Spirit Sword Masters this year from neighboring cities combined. Tumin held the glowing yellow notification paper, remembering a damning oversight. Damn it, I forgot. The title system in the game will expose my strength. I lines have to be more careful later and use the absolute disguise skill to hide it first. I just didn't expect that even after half an hour in the dungeon, no player had killed a monster yet. Running through the forest, he suddenly stopped when hearing a strange nose. Growl. A ferocious wolf stepped out from the bushes, eyes glowing. Hungry wolf LV3, Tumin hid behind a tree, smiling triumphantly at finding a test target. Great, a wolf monster. One of the 3 classic common monster types for rookie farming. Perfect, I can test my new sword type attack skill. Tumin thought about the wise decision just now. I used the talent skill All Things Sublimation. The system panel showed the skill upgrade process. To upgrade the low copper grade straight/skill scroll I got from killing the mutated gorilla. Skill. All Things Sublimation activated. New skill received. Draw sword/low silver grade, sheet sword, focus spirit, and attack in 1 slash. A hungry wolf growled ferociously, baring fangs rushing forward. Woof! Suddenly a giant crescent-shaped sword energy swept across the forest, tearing through space. The monster was hit with a fatal wound, blood sprayed. System continuously announced experience points increasing dizzyingly. You killed a hungry wolf, EXP 80. 2 men rushed into the wolf pack like a hurricane, slaughtering without mercy. You killed a hungry wolf, EXP 800. You killed a hungry wolf, EXP 8000. Some time passed. 2 men stood proudly in the middle of the blood-soaked battlefield. At 9:30 a.m., level up light enveloped him, marking a big step forward. Congratulations, your level has increased to level 9. Received legendary title, Hungry Wolf. 2 men looked at the battlefield with satisfaction, analyzing tactics. Successfully used the characteristic of draw sword / allowing ranged attacks. Farming low-level Hungry Wolf monsters is much more efficient. Drawing the sword body from the scabbard, he slowly pulled the sword out. Silver light flashed coldly, full of power. Energy accumulated in the scabbard began to compress. His eyes glowed. Energy generated accumulated over a certain period. Lock target. His eyes became extremely sharp, focusing full power on the slash. 2 men leapt into the air, swinging the sword, creating a beautiful curve with terrifying speed. 2 hungry wolves below looked up blankly at the scythe of death descending on their heads. A blue energy explosion erupted, wiping out everything in the attack range. Suddenly 2 men's pupils contracted, sensing unusual murderous intent from the smoke. A giant black shadow rushed out, attacking unexpectedly from the dust cloud. Whoosh! An alpha wolf with fiery eyes appeared, full of pressure. Leader: Wolf King LV10. Rewinding time to 1 hour ago. At the gathering area of other students, 8:30 a.m., students began linking out. Fists bumped, showing unity. Team formation successful. Qi Zhao led a large group, shouting, everyone advancing with spirit. Let us go. We also formed a team. Follow me. They quickly entered the gate. They rushed into the monster siege, bravely supporting each other in battle. Counterattack! Counterattack! The main force is coming. A male student put full force, stabbing his sword into the enemy, shouting, "Yah!" The monster was defeated, blood pouring under the coordinated effort of the rookies. Another male student quickly finished off a monster intending to ambush a teammate, saving the day. Astonished looks mixed with Joe, seeing experience points flying back continuously. EXP! 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 The whole group cheered when taking down a huge monster. Successfully killed mutated field mouse. Finally killed a special monster. We can win. We can win. A male student shed tears of happiness, seeing the level up pillar of light surrounding him. The main force is here. We won't lose. First blood player sent us potions, finally leveled up. Another male student looked at the notification board with a panicked face. It appeared again. Another notification about a player achieving first blood, killing a leader monster. He screamed in confusion, seeing the player info. Level 9. Fisherman, what the hell? How can a life skill master be so strong and already reach level 9? Rewind to 10 minutes ago, in a dungeon. 10 minutes ago. A fiery collision created a blue light explosion in the middle of the forest. Boom! The monster's health bar dropped rapidly in the fierce battle. 2 men unleashed a powerful slash. Blood sprayed from the monster's neck. Slash! He jumped high, delivering the finishing blow to the growling giant wolf. Don't think just because you are a wolf king leader that you are special. 2 men's face reveal arrogance and overwhelming confidence. Your opponent is me. The blade pierced through the monster's head. He declared his true identity, a reincarnator. The golden system panel appeared, reporting a crisp victory. Congratulations. You successfully killed the Silver Wolf King, EXP 500. Congratulations. Your level has increased to LV10. Draw sword / proficiency 145. Lightning rush sword art proficiency 100. Loot obtained. Iron cutting claw, Wolf King's heart, back to the present. At another corner of the forest, Duan Din was slaughtering madly. He panted, looking at the corpses of hungry wolves lying around. Spent so much effort, finally finished dealing with this pack of hungry wolf monsters. The henchman next to him rejoiced, misunderstanding the source of power. Luckily that attack boost scroll, rewarded by the dungeon title, came just in time. Without it, we probably would have been wiped out. Level 9, Fisherman, Duandin angrily crushed the monster, screaming in grievance. Is there something wrong with this dungeon? How can a life skill master reach level 9 so quickly? It's really mocking us players. He swung the dull sword, throwing it away to vent anger. Looking at the weapon, he became even more bitter, remembering old matters. The damage of this broken rookie sword is too low. If I hadn't been scammed out of money by that brat at the weapon shop, at least I would have obtained a silver-grade weapon. Brother Duongdin, that brat's luck is too good. He turned to Yella, the fearful henchman. You useless rice buckets, shut up. I was the one tanking all session. And I even shared experience with you guys. After killing so many wolves like that, I only just reached level 2. I truly am the stupidest among the stupid. The image of Min appeared in his mind like a thorn in his eye. So angry. I don't know if that brat has entered the dungeon yet. If I meet him, I will destroy him. Venting anger on his head is also good. The henchman hurriedly comforted. Big brother, don't be angry. Brother Duongdin, we all reached level 2. Continuing to grind monsters will become simpler. Boo. Meanwhile, Min was squatting in front of a bush, smiling triumphantly. LV10, here it is. A special mission notification board appeared in front of him. Congratulations on reaching LV10. Level 10 triggers junior job change mission. Mission content chosen randomly based on your actual situation. In this life, the first job change mission still triggers at level 10. He stared at the mission board, eyes shining with excitement. The most important thing is that the opportunity has arrived. Memories of helplessness in the past flooded back. In my previous life, when I reached level 10, that was when I had left the rookie dungeon. Therefore, the randomly generated first job change mission matched the E-rank dungeon with higher difficulty that I was challenging at that time, E-rank. Back then, I absolutely couldn't complete the challenge at the same level. He recalled that difficult time. I had to spend quite a lot of time grinding to level 15 before coming back to complete the first job change mission. It significantly reduced the benefits of the reward I received from the first job change mission. But this life is different. I raised my level to 10 right inside the rookie dungeon. Therefore, the new mission appeared exactly as I expected. Congratulations, you triggered the first job change mission. Kill the guardian of the Redstone Cave. It is a powerful elite monster. Mission location: Redstone Cave inside Raging Tide Forest. It appeared. The mission content is indeed inside the rookie dungeon. Min stood up holding the virtual mission card. This makes everything much easier. He confidently planned his next move. Next, I just need to add all points received from leveling up into agility. This first job change mission is already in my hand. A powerful passive skill notification appeared, making him even stronger. Congratulations, your agility attribute has broken the 100 mark. Receive Sword God Profession Skill. Sword Martial Grandmother. Sword Martial Grandmother Passive Skill. Low Platinum Quality. Proficiency 0-100,000. You can equip sword-type weapons of any level, ignoring all requirements. At the same time, in the meeting room of the First Academy, Hyeonkin City, First Academy. Meeting room, Principal Vuong stood in front of a large screen displaying the rankings. Principal, the ranking. Real-time rookie dungeon data of those with strong talents in neighboring cities is available. Rookie dungeon no. CG 144, ranking, rank 1, LV8 Li Tran Huang, rank 2 LV7 Non Trach, rank 3 LV6 Vuan Dao, UH. Is anyone missing from the statistics? He worriedly turned to ask the technician. Where is Min, the one I placed high expectations on? Not missing anyone. Principal, this is all the data returned from the dungeon. The principal looked confused and disappointed at the screen. But at 8 o'clock, the dungeon first blood data showed it was a spirit sword master. It must be student Min whom I care about. Sir Principal, it is just the first blood title. Although his profession is spirit sword master, he was born with full 10-star attributes. Plus I gave him the rookie gift hack. Even if his skills are lacking, he can still kill a few monsters just by raw pure strength. How can he not make it into the top 500? Suddenly the meeting room door burst open violently. Bang! A woman walked in with an angry face shouting, "Tell me, what is this situation?" Principal Vuan, Ms. Anin Lang, vice mayor of Hyeonkin City. She threw a document file on the table, questioning harshly. You said your school produced a very good seed this year, a 10-star awakened named Taemin, right? My secretary showed me his rookie dungeon data. Principal Vuan tried to reassure, but his voice was full of worry. Student Taemin whom you nominated is absolutely not on the list. Vice Mayor An, please don't get agitated. Although Taemin has 10-star talent, his profession is Spirit Sword Master, so his early game combat power will be a bit weaker. The Vice Mayor cut off the explanation. Not accepting the excuse, even if he is a Spirit Sword Master, he can possibly fail to break into the top 500. Don't explain any more. Principal Vuan, I think you just lied to me about the student's strength to get more Heaven Tower Council qualification cards. This year I really don't. From current data, your school only has non-trach, 9-star talent, hidden profession Demon Hunter Ranger, currently ranked second on the leaderboard, as someone with potential. He is the best candidate to compete with Genius Lee Tranquan of the neighboring city this year. She continued listing another potential name. There is also someone I know, the legitimate son of the Tron family, Tron Duan, hidden profession Demon Hammer Warrior, innate 8 stars, currently ranked 4th, very potential. Therefore, I find that now I can only give you 2 qualification cards to participate in the Heaven Tower Council. Didn't every school receive 3 cards in previous years? Why did someone say your academy was last for the past 2 years? If students achieve good results later, we will calculate later. I am busy. I am leaving first. The Heaven Tower Council is an important path to receive missions, collect rewards, and improve strength. We absolutely cannot lose the qualification to participate in the Heaven Tower Council. Principal Vuan Subli looked at the 2 badges in his hand, murmuring in disappointment. I originally thought that with a student awakening 10-star talent this year, we could grasp one more token. Now we really lost one again. The image of Taemin appeared in his mind, but not with resentment, rather with worry. Taemin, you must do your best and don't let me down. Meanwhile, outside the Redstone Cave, Taemin was cautiously observing. Phew, he checked the map again to confirm the location. The map indicates the mission is here. Luckily I didn't encounter any annoying small monsters on the way. Looking at the dark cave mouth, he frowned calculating. I didn't visit this place in my previous life, who knows what monsters will appear. His eyes became sharp as he sensed aura from inside the cave. A green-skinned monster with red eyes suddenly rushed out. Golden Goblin LV6, Taemin startled, recognizing the familiar but no less dangerous monster type. Goblin. The aggressive goblins rushed forward. Taemin swung his sword. Blood splattered as he finished it immediately. His eyes coldly analyzed the situation. He quickly climbed up the cliff to avoid being surrounded. Can T let you alert the whole cave? Suddenly, a glowing red notification board appeared in front of him. System has activated Goblin Nest Awareness. Activated Goblin Mode. Heavy footsteps rang out everywhere, signaling a large-scale attack. Thud thud. Taemin sweated, realizing the situation was more serious than he thought. Seems like from deep within the cave, countless pairs of glowing red eyes lit up in the darkness. This first job change mission isn't simple as I imagined. A danger warning appeared on the interface screen. All goblins inside the Redstone Cave will launch a fierce attack on you. Beside it was an explanation about Goblin Mode full of sarcasm. Goblin Mode. A self-indulgent lifestyle going against social norms without feeling guilty. Manifested through laziness, sloppiness, or greedy behavior. The goblins screamed wildly, rushing towards him like a flood. Roar. Taemin calmly ran, preparing to face the sea of monsters. Although their levels aren't high, they win by overwhelming numbers. He ground his teeth worrying about weapon durability. I don't know if my weapon durability can handle it. Suddenly a giant goblin appeared behind him swinging a knife to ambush. Taemin quickly dodged the blow. The blade grazed creating sparks. Clang, the goblin swarm rushed up from all sides, not giving him a second of rest. Taemin parried while praising the monster's intelligence. These guys are actually quite smart. He flipped in midair dodging a rain of arrows. They know it's hard for me to make dodge adjustments while in the air. 2 goblins jumped at him from the flanks. Roar. Taemin quickly blocked the attack. His stamina began to decline rapidly. My MP at the early stage isn't enough to support using Divine Shadow Step for a long time. An elite giant goblin appeared holding a heavy weapon smashing down. Huff, a group of goblins plus an elite goblin. Tumin is surrounded on all sides. Situation is hanging by a thread. Tumin smiled bitterly, telling himself, knowing his own weakness right now. For me, completely lacking skills in the early stage. He sprang back, sharp eyes calculating tactics. Killing them directly is indeed a bit difficult. Then I can only be a bit more flexible. Leaning to dodge a sharp blade by a hair's breadth, he sneered. The goblins looked bewildered as the attack hit empty air. At the same time, he had quickly hidden behind a rock. Tumin smirked provocatively, murderous intent starting to radiate strongly. Come at me, you little devils. The whole herd of fierce monsters bearing fangs rushed in to tear apart the lone prey. He swung his sword, creating a massive wave of energy sweeping across. A gift for you here. Sword light swept through. Blood splattered, staining the cave walls red. Tumin coldly moved amidst the siege, his blade taking enemy lives without hesitation. He stepped on the cliff, jumping high, taking the advantageous position, as long as I ensure high ground. From above he swung his sword, creating terrifying shockwaves downwards. I will be able to maximize the advantage of draw sword slash. Tumin landed lightly amidst the rubble and dust. The massive body of the elite goblin collapsed to the ground after the finishing blow. Unknown when, Tumin stood in the middle of the battlefield looking towards the boss corpse. Seems like you are the only one left. The health bar of the elite goblin captain depleted completely, signaling the death of the cave leader. Scene shifts to outside. Bushes, Duandin and his gang were lurking over there. Over there, he whispered calculatingly with the henchman. When I was scouting the path, I noticed sounds of fighting coming from inside that cave. The henchman worriedly retorted, Big brother, don't be ridiculous. The system says this area has monsters level 7 and up. With current monsters, who dares to challenge inside right now? But I really heard fighting sounds from inside. Suddenly, Duandin narrowed his eyes, seeing strange movement at the cave entrance. A figure stepped out from the blurry smoke. Seems like someone is coming out. Duandin suspiciously stared at the mysterious black figure. Who dares to farm monsters here right now? His pupils contracted, recognizing the familiar hateful face. Tumin. Tumin stepped out, silently thinking about the irony of fate. Enemies on a narrow road, indeed. Duandin smirked triumphantly, while Tumin was still thinking about the mission just finished. It's the brat who won the sword bet with me. Tumin thought. This first level up mission was interesting. But this step was close, though still safe. Tumin glanced to the side, realizing the hostile gaze. Without a word, Duandin rushed forward, launching a powerful ambush slash from behind. Tumin leaned to dodge in an instant, making Duandin stunned. He panicked, shouting orders to his henchmen, seeing the failed attack. He actually dodged it. Surround him. Don't let him escape. Tumin calmly stood there, icy eyes looking at the old enemy. What? I didn't intend to run away, he replied. You caused me a big loss that day. Duandin uttered threats. Today, blame your bad luck for letting me catch you in this dungeon. Scared yet? Tumin narrowed his eyes in annoyance, thinking, you people. Immediately after, Tumin asked back with a blank face, but who are you again? Duandin panicked, yelling, oh my god, he completely forgot us. Duandin ground his teeth, roaring in his head. Damn it, he actually completely forgot about winning my 5,000 adventure currency. He was too angry. He screamed, ordering, catch him, kill him together. Tumin still calmly replied, just because I don't remember doesn't mean violence is necessary. He smirked, a cross-shaped object began to form on his hand. He thought, since it's come to this, let me try my new skill. The strange object emitted glowing red energy. The energy stream rushed forward, piercing through the enemy in the blink of an eye. Skill. Sword control and Kim Thut activated. Red light flashed, creating sharp sword paths. The sword energy swirled, giving no one a chance to escape. The henchman collapsed amidst miserable screams. Tumin thought, complete success. His eyes were cold, his hand manipulating the sword energy skillfully. Duandin stammered in horror, witnessing the scene before his eyes. SSS sword control, he screamed in despair. How is it possible? That is a skill requiring a swordsman to be at mid-stage to learn. The sword hovering in the air radiated killing intent. Two men recalled the process of getting this skill. He explained in his thoughts. The sword control skill is a skill I received from a silver rank skill scroll dropped when killing the elite goblin. I upgraded it to a gold rank skill scroll using my all things sublimation talent. And then randomly opening it, I didn't expect to receive the sword control skill so suitable. In this way, when news spreads, they will be even more certain that I belong to the swordsman profession. He continued his train of thought. More importantly, after destroying the goblins and clearing the redstone cave, I received the hidden location blueprint from the final chest of the first level up mission. A system notification appeared. "You have opened the hidden blueprint," he exclaimed in surprise. "Huh?" Information on the blueprint appear. Coordinates of hidden treasure. Redstone Cave Part 2. He sweated thinking. Why Redstone Cave again? He read the next line and subtitle. Goblin Trade and Life. Goblin Life. Scene shifts to another place at 11:30 a.m. A group of female adventurers were celebrating victory. Success. The blonde girl seemed to be the captain, saying happily. Finally, we cleared the monsters in this area together. Who says an all-female team can't survive? Another member added. We really have to thank Fen Tu, the 7-star awakened who carried the team. Let us go split the loot. The female captain turned to ask a team member, how are you, not too tired? While another was excitedly looking for items, let us see what good stuff dropped. The asked girl replied, oh no, I am fine. Suddenly the female captain stopped, surprised, She looked around the misty area, not seeing the teammate from just now anymore. Where did that teammate go? She suddenly screamed in horror. Oh. The silhouette of the teammate faded then disappeared into the mist. She panicked screaming. Where is she? Where did she go? She was shocked recalling. Wasn't she just splitting loot? She looked down at the empty ground and trembled thinking, this, monsters in this area should have been cleared already, but there's nothing on the ground. Her pupils contracted in extreme fear. How can it be? Is she actually? A scream echoed in the space. Back to two men. He was viewing details from the blueprint. Title: Goblin Lifestyle. Description of their habitat and social structure. Information continued appearing. Even in harsh environments, goblins will use every measure necessary to loot female creatures of any species to maintain their reproduction rate. A short reproductive cycle, early sexual maturity, forming a rapid cycle, reproduce, mature, reproduce again. Two men exclaimed in horror. What the hell is this? He immediately ran with a panicked face, unable to believe what he just read. Why are the goblin settings in this life so weird? The blueprint screen announced arrival at coordinates. He stopped in the middle of a forest and wondered, is this the place? He looked around confused. But there are only trees here. Where is the cave? Are the coordinates wrong? He looked up, noticing a thick fog starting to cover the surroundings. A creature appeared in his sight. Now I understand. Because it's called Redstone Cave Part 2. So people will naturally assume it is also a mountain cave location. He continued his deduction, but this time it must be combined with the buried treasure factor. He looked down into the abyss below and realized, then the location is actually an underground lair. He looked at the entrance blurred in smoke and fire. He remarked, quite smart. They are using smoke and fire to hide the entrance. Without hesitation, he jumped straight down. His eyes became sharp observing the situation. From above he carefully observed the goblin lair. He looked at the guarding goblin and told himself, this time, I really learned one thing. Killing even one of them will alert the entire goblin lair. He reminded himself of the main goal, I only came here for the treasure. Suddenly an unexpected scene caught his eye. Below. A girl was being restrained by a goblin. He recognized her as a female student doing the challenge. Seems like they were ambushed by the smoke trapped. He frowned, face full of disgust. These things are truly as disgusting as rumored. Desperate screams of another girl rang out from afar. No, Dante, come near here. Two men sat on a high rock watching the situation. Another girl was cornered. She screamed in despair. No. Two men silently calculated. There is still one challenger alive. Perfect timing. She can attract the goblin's attention. That will help me dig for treasure much more easily. He coldly looked at the scene and thought, then I will have to let her die. I can only blame you for not being strong enough to challenge this rookie dungeon. The girl screamed in tears. I don't want to play anymore. Someone save me. I will reward very generously. She shouted louder, hoping someone would hear. Does anyone hear me? My sister is the deputy director of Jiang and Financial Group. The goblins growled, rushing towards her. The girl could only scream, ah. Right then, a giant sword descended from the sky, plunging straight into the middle of the goblin pack. Two men rushed down from the cliff, eyes determined. He smirked. Two hands gathered strength, shouting, sword control, withdraw. Glowing red energy focused on the sword hilt. Touch. An energy wave shot out, covering the whole cave. He remembered information about goblins, places like caves, underground tunnels, deep forests, or ruins. Fear's strong light. These locations helped them hide and evade. He landed lightly amidst the smoke and dust. The plan was clear. Exploit the goblin's weakness of fearing light. Energy emitted when draw sword slash is withdrawn is accompanied by high-intensity light. He quickly moved, approaching the girl in danger. As long as I don't kill a single goblin, he picked up the girl and quickly retreated. After a long while, the girl, exhausted, said, I can't run anymore. He continued his thought. I want to alert the other goblins in the cave. The girl was surprised seeing the goblins not chasing. Two men calmly thought, they aren't chasing. Just as I thought. After being safe, the girl whispered, thank you for saving me. My name is Jian Van Than. Two men froze. A familiar image appeared in his mind. So she really is the girl in that photo. Two men coldly reply, don't thank me. I was just passing by. Jiang Van Than hurriedly called after him, I'll wait. When I get out of the game, I will reward you very generously. My sister is. He cut off her words rudely. Talk about that later if you survive getting out. Jiang Van Than desperately begged, please don't leave me behind. But he still didn't. He turned his head. Don't follow me. I saved you once. With your strength, you will only be a hindrance to me. Despite his words, Jiang Van Than persisted in following. Two men was focusing on the treasure map when he startled, turning around. She looked puzzled. He looked at the locator device. It was glowing brightly and told himself, treasure must be here. Jiang Van Than worriedly asked, those goblins aren't following us, right? Two men searched carefully while replying, no, I checked carefully. Suddenly he cheered. Found it. In front of them was a silver chest. He recognized the highest drop item from this dungeon level immediately. A random lottery chest, silver quality. He smiled. A golden light enveloped the chest. And next I will use the all things sublimation talent to upgrade the quality of the chest. Jiang Van Than exclaimed in amazement. Wow. Bright golden light radiated from two men's hand. He said with satisfaction, it is a low gold rank lottery chest. He explained further while a lottery wheel appeared from the chest. True to its name, the lottery chest has a high probability of randomly drawing items, skill books, or higher level equipment. He excitedly said, come out, come out. What good thing will it be? Two items appeared from the light. System announced, congratulations, you received the Shadow Set and Spirit Healer Skill Scroll. Two men showed a face full of disappointment. Ah, is this all I drew from the bonus reward that I worked so hard in the first class change mission to get? The Shadow Set actually looks quite good. But what the hell is this? Platinum grade Spirit Healer Skill Scroll. This exceeded expectations, but it completely doesn't fit my profession. Jiang Van Than timidly spoke up. I say. Could it be because I am here? Two men was surprised. Ha, the girl shyly explained. My awakened profession is 7-star spirit healer. Two men was completely speechless. Assistant notification suddenly popped up. Jiang Van Than has joined your team. You have become the team leader. Scene shifts to the dungeon at 9 o'clock direction. A bloody massacre was taking place. A cold young man stood amidst the pile of corpses. Smoke rose. A survivor pointed at the girl. Over here. That person uttered cruel words. The weak only have one path. Death. Then shouted loudly. Next. He swung his weapon towards Qi Zhao. Your turn. Her eyes were full of killing intent. Without hesitation, she summoned a giant skeleton rising from the ground. Once again, the scene changed to 12:30 p.m. The battle quickly broke out under the forest. Qi Zhao was now carefully climbing a steep cliff. She hid behind a rock, holding her breath observing. She carefully poked her head out to watch. The gaze of that figure suddenly glanced up. Qi Zhao startled in horror at being discovered. He rushed down from above, attacking Qi Zhao fiercely and roaring, "Let us play hawk catches chick." Qi Zhao ground her teeth enduring. One shoulder was bleeding. Her eyes shone with resentment facing the enemy. Both landed on a rock ledge. Manhwa the tiger dusted off his hands speaking with a condescending tone. "I really didn't expect a hen like you could endure my hunt for so long." He leisurely walked around, uttering mockery. "You wasted quite a lot of my time. I must praise you. For a girl, you really have some skill. Seems like your High-on-Tin Academy isn't he entirely just full of trash." Qi Zhao angrily shouted. "Why, your uniform is clearly from Vokin Academy of the neighboring Vu Duan city." She continued questioning. "Why run to the rookie dungeon of our area to slaughter innocent people?" Manhwa sneered terrifyingly. A mission window appeared in front of him. No special reason. It's just that my level 10 class change mission happened to assign me the content to kill 50 players. Qi Zhao's face became horrified. He continued explaining calmly. "With mission content like this, I can't just go slaughtering in my city's dungeon area. So I had to fly a private jet to the rookie dungeon of this area." He smirked maliciously. "Kill everyone. I see. If you want to blame someone, blame your academy for being the place with the most trash students among the cities." Manhwa rushed forward ready to deliver the finishing blow. If wanting to choose a persimmon to squeeze, one should choose the softest one. Ky Zhao didn't flinch. She raised her hand. A purple magic circle appeared beneath her feet. She shouted, "Summon beginner skeleton spirit." But Manhwa easily slashed the skeleton apart with a single blow. He roared, "These beginner skeleton toes of yours can't withstand a single slash of mine." He looked at her with fierce eyes. "This time, I won't let you escape again." He swung his blade, creating a giant red blood energy wave aiming straight at her. Blood blade flying slash. Just as the attack was about to hit Qi Zhao, a green light beam suddenly flew in blocking it. Two energy streams collided creating a huge explosion. Manhwa angrily turned back shouting, "Who is it?" From the darkness of the forest, a group of people appeared. A voice rang out, "Student Qi Zhao, we will cover you." Qi Zhao recognized them. In her heart she thought, "It's those classmates from that time." Scene shifts back to 2 men. System clock showed 12 p.m. A system notification appeared. "Submit treasure fragment." 2 men smiled satisfied. With this, the mission is considered complete. Immediately, the system notification board displayed a series of information. Main class change mission complete. Promote to first class change. Sword God. All attributes 10. Talent. Mythical original sword body. Effect. Sword art power increased to X. Sword art speed increased to X. Sword art proficiency increased to X. He confidently told himself, "Like this, I will have more confidence to challenge the hidden boss of this dungeon." Jiang Vanten stood beside, unable to help admiring. Wow. Meanwhile, she also just finished learning the new skill. System announced, "Spirit Healer skill scroll used successfully." Detailed information about the new skill appeared before her eyes. Both received skill. Soul Force Blessing. High Platinum grade skill. Proficiency 0 300,000. Consume Soul Force to use. Once activated, EXP received by everyone in your team increases by 200. Both Tu Min and Jiang Vanten shouted in surprise. "What? Experience increased by 200? Tu Min looked at the shy Jiang Vanten, unable to help admiring. I didn't expect her to randomly open a god-tier leveling skill. Her luck is really good." A mischievous idea flashed into Min's mind. He turned to the girl and declared clearly, "I changed my mind. Earlier you said you wanted me to carry you to complete the rookie dungeon. Now I agree." Jiang Vanten cheered happily. "Really? That's great," she happily said. "Those hired thugs my sister spent money recruiting from me didn't escape the Goblin Cave. But with a solo player brave enough to storm the Goblin Cave like you leading, it will surely be much safer." Tu Min thought silently. Although I don't really like this type of rich kid spending money to take shortcuts. Because of her skill, there's no other way. Suddenly, a message notification appeared in front of him. He was surprised. Message from Qi Jiao. Back to the battle. Manhwa was swinging his blade attacking Qi Jiao's classmates, who just arrived to rescue. He launched a brutal slash. A blue-haired bow bravely raised his bow to block. But Manhwa's strength was too superior. He exclaimed in surprise, "I didn't expect him to be able to penetrate my skill." Another teammate desperately shouted, "Brother," but it was too late. The blood blade flying slash skill pierced through the bow. Manhwa stood there, coldly looking at his victim falling. The blue-haired bow wheezed, "This guy is too strong. My teammates have all fallen." He looked towards Qi Jiao saying, "I didn't expect Vokin Academy to have such a powerful awakened. Not many people have this kind of strength. I researched a bit before challenging the rookie dungeon. An awakened with superior strength using a blade in the dark forest." Li Thenquan stood there, the blade in his hand gleaming with cold blue light, exuding a deadly dangerous aura. His face revealed conceit as his identity was revealed. Awakened genius from the neighboring Vuduan city. Li Thenquan. Innate talent 10 stars. Hidden profession. Berserk blade. Looking down at the two weak figures below, he clicked his tongue. "Now only you two are left, but what a waste of too much of my time. Progress is still only 3550. Meanwhile, Qi Jiao desperately thought, as a ranged profession, I can deal with him if I can widen the distance. My mana is depleted, I can summon more spirits to cover." The blue-haired bow, DM Trach, turned, his face revealing worrying, asking with final hope, "Student Qi Jiao, can we still wait for reinforcements?" Qi Jiao looked at the message just sent to two men, her heart sinking in despair, replying, "No, there are no reinforcements." Hearing that, Li Thenquan sneered contemptuously, "Seems like you are all isolated and helpless." Then he roared, rushing forward with astonishing speed, aiming straight at DM Trach, "Then I will slaughter you annoying archer first." In the moment hanging by a thread, Qi Jiao shouted, using all her strength to push DM Trach away, "Student DM Trach, run." She decisively stood in front of her teammate, her eyes determined and decisive. "Let me stop him here." Qi Jiao raised her weapon to block the direct attack. But Li Thenquan only roared in anger, "Overestimating yourself." His blade closed in, eyes filled with contempt as he growled, "A weakling like you has no right to save others." As he finished speaking, an energy explosion erupted violently, knocking Qi Jiao flying far away. DM Trach stood behind witnessing the scene and screamed in despair, "Qi Jiao." But right then, a familiar figure unexpectedly landed from above. DM Trach looked up, unable to believe his eyes. "It's Tu Min." Hope flashed in his mind. He absolutely has the ability to say, "Everyone, rewind a few seconds." Tu Min was standing in the cave when he froze reading the content of Qi Jiao's message. Tu Min. Area 9 o'clock direction has danger. You absolutely must not come near. Memories of his previous life suddenly flooded back. The image of Qi Jiao disregarding danger to save him appeared vividly. He muttered, "Previous life, Qi Jiao, you didn't fear danger to save me." He looked towards the dark forest, eyes determined. "In this life, you encounter danger." He clenched his fist looking at the message again, heart full of emotion. Qi Jiao's message, "Even so, you still prioritize protecting others." Without a second of hesitation, he rushed off like an arrow. Just arriving, Qi Jiao shouted in surprise, "Tu Min, didn't I say it's very dangerous here?" Her eyes were filled with surprise and extreme worry. Tu Min gently landed right in front of her, a pale pink energy aura surrounded his feet. He turned to look at her warmly saying, "In this life, don't always worrying about others first." Then he smiled confidently and warmly, "In this life, I will protect you well." Immediately, Tu Min's sword vibrated, creating a pink sword energy stream. The sword flew in the air, making Li Thenquan shout in surprise, "Sword control!" Immediately after, the sword emitted a whoosh sound then flew back to Tu Min's hand. Tu Min appeared right in front of Li Thenquan, leaving him only able to stammer with sharp eyes. Tu Min swung his sword, and Li Thenquan finally realized his opponent. He exclaimed in horror, "It's the 10-star swordsman." Tu Min gave him no more time, his eyes cold as ice. He growled, "That red-haired guy." Tu Min roared, continuously launching countless sword paths, voice full of fury: "Is the one who hurt Qi Jiao." Witnessing Tu Min's power, DM Trach couldn't help but be amazed and excited. "Tu Min, 10 stars. Truly amazing." If I provide range support, we will have a chance to win. Suddenly green healing lights surrounded him, making DM Trach bewildered. Huh. He and Ki Jiao turned back in surprise, looking at a strange girl raising a staff, wondering, who is healing us? Then realizing the girl was looking at him. Is it you? The girl with short blue hair smiled, confidently introducing, I am Tumin's teammate. My name is Jiang Van Than, a spirit healer. Ki Jiao and DM Trach were surprised. Jiang Van Than continued, I will help heal you guys. Ki Jiao exclaimed, oh my god, it is great to have a healer player. Jiang Van Than was a bit shy, but I am not used to using my healing skills very well yet. Need a little time. Meanwhile, Ki Jiao wondered, didn't Tumin say he wouldn't team up? Why does he have a teammate now? DM Trach worriedly said to Jiang Van Than, sorry to bother you, but I hope you can hurry up. Leaving Tumin alone to deal with that guy is very dangerous. Jiang Van Than reassured, no need to worrying too much. DM Trach was surprised. Huh? Jiang Van Than looked towards the battle, eyes full of trust. Tumin is very strong. At the same time on the battlefield, Tumin and Li Fenquan rushed at each other with dizzying speed. Sounds of weapons colliding rang out endlessly. Li Fenquan parried while grinding his teeth, thinking, this Tumin isn't he just a swordsman? I didn't expect him to have such movement techniques. Tumin with cold eyes swung his sword powerfully. His sword paths formed a perfect arc, forcing Li Fenquan to constantly retreat to defend. Li Fenquan stepped back, looking at Tumin with a more serious face, as expected of a 10-star awakened. I must admit your strength truly exceeds my expectations. He gripped his blade tight, eyes full of provocation. Let us see today if I, Li Fenquan, the 10-star berserk blade of Wujuan City am stronger, or you, the 10-star swordsman from the low-level Haiyan Academy. Hearing that name, Tumin slightly narrowed his eyes. Li Fenquan, I have heard of him. He recalled, this guy was indeed quite a famous character in my previous life. He looked at the opponent, a bit surprised inside, but I never had a chance to know him. I didn't expect to meet him so early in this life. An interested smile appeared on Tumin's lips. He took a stance, eyes burning with battle will. Interesting. Let us see if my sword is sharper or your blade is harder. The two once again rushed at each other, creating a fiery confrontation. Suddenly Li Fenquan launched a strange move. His blade emitted thick blood aura. Blood blade flying slash. Tumin frowned but still calmly faced the flying blades rushing in. Dare to blatantly throw flying blades at me. He quickly swung his sword, knocking away all the flying blades flying towards him. But that was exactly when Li Fenquan smirked. You fell for the trap, he shouted. Energy from the flying blades just knocked away suddenly exploded, locking Tumin tight. Dying. The blade energy created by my blood blade flying slash can lock the enemy in place. He rushed forward with a finishing blow, roaring, die. Just as the blade was about to touch him, Tumin remained strangely calm. He gently gathered strength. A powerful sword energy burst from his body, breaking the binding. Sword control, the binding layer shattered. Li Fenquan stared in shock, seeing Tumin escape easily. Escape the control, Tumin smirked. His hand radiated brilliant pink energy, confidently declaring, my turn. Immediately after, he shouted loudly, controlling his sword to fly deep into the forest. Return, let us see how you parry, and without a weapon. He controlled the sword to slash hard into the guy. Hit by a critical blow, his face twisted in discomfort, but right then, he ran back picking up his blade. With the sword in hand, he confidently rushed forward, coldly saying, then at this moment, you also have no weapon. He coldly activated his special movement skill. Divine Shadow Step. Immediately, his speed skyrocketed, successively dodging the opponent's chaotic Shadow 5 blades. Li Fenquan was astonished, thinking, his movement speed suddenly increased. He only saw a blur pass before his eyes. In a moment, before Li Fenquan could shape it, Tumin was right behind, coldly saying, sorry. He smiled confidently and mischievously, my sword has returned. At the same time in the distance, DM Trach and Ki Jiao had finished healing. DM Trach raised his bow shouting, healing complete. Tumin, we are coming, you have to try to hold on. But his words stopped abruptly, eyes widening in shock. Before their eyes, Li Fenquan's shadow collapsed to the ground, while Tumin stood there proudly. DM Trach stammered. Huh? He looked at the scene before him in disbelief. The battle ended already. All three, Qi Zhao, Dian Trach, and Jian Van Then were petrified, eyes turning into crosses from shock. Dian Trach stammered, praising to Min. You were too strong. You took down such a strong opponent while we were healing, but Tu Min didn't he let his guard down. He still sensed a dangerous aura from behind. Jiang Van Ten suddenly screamed in panic. Careful behind. Tu Min calmly turned around. Li Thin Quan, although heavily injured, struggled up and rushed forward with a desperate attack. You revealed an opening. Dian Trach looked up in horror. Jiang Van Ten also couldn't hide her worrying. Qi Zhao shouted his name in extreme despair. Tu Min. Li Thin Quan's blade slashed through Tu Min. He roared, activating his strongest skill. Strongest skill. Blade Forest Rapid Slash. Countless blood-red blade slashes covered the entire area. Qi Zhao screamed again in extreme horror. Tu Min. Li Thin Quan laughed insanely. Hey ha ha ha. Welcome to my blade formation. Qi Zhao couldn't keep calm anymore. She rushed forward. I am coming to save you. Tu Min. Dian Trach hurriedly held her back. Calm down, Qi Zhao. He tried to stop her. Rushing into his blade formation now is just throwing your life away uselessly. Qi Zhao struggled, screaming. Let me go. Even if I have to die, I must save Tu Min. Right at this moment, a familiar voice rang out. Qi Zhao. Listen to him. Qi Zhao suspiciously shouted. Tu Min. Don't come near. Li Thin Quan stood in the middle of his formation, unable to believe what was happening. How is it possible? You were hit by so many blade slashes. Why aren't you dead yet? Suddenly a voice rang out from behind him. Are you sure you actually hit me? Li Thin Quan thought in horror. The voice isn't coming from here. He turned around and saw Tu Min's body that he just slashed dissolving into blue lights. This is a substitute. Tu Min was actually standing on a nearby tree branch, looking down coldly. Finally you realized. Tu Min looked down at Li Thin Quan with cold eyes, voice full of confidence. I bet no matter what you think, you wouldn't expect a normal swordsman like me to have such a skill. At the same time a notification appeared. Shadow Sword set low platinum 5/5, active, Shadow Surge. After equipping, all sword art skills deal additional shadow tribute damage. This damage can ignore physical defense. Skill, Shadow Clone Step, creates a fake shadow for defense. If an attack is made while the shadow clone is active, it will cause a follow-up slash. Power of this slash equals 50 of your normal attack damage. Tu Min continued. That is my equipment set skill. Li Thin Quan with a face full of shock can anger mutter. In the rookie dungeon, there is absolutely no equipment set that can be collected. There is only one way to do that, meaning you already completed. Tu Min looked down, confirming his guess. You guessed right. I already completed the junior job change mission. He looked at Tu Min with eyes filled with resentment. You bastard, you even completed it faster than me. In fury, he rushed forward roaring. Now you can only let me slaughter you. But instead of attacking, he threw out a glowing potion-shaped item. Tu Min was surprised, not understanding the opponent's intention. That item exploded in a brilliant golden light. In the distance, Dian Trach recognized that item and shouted, that is a life-saving item. Jiang Van Then dazedly asked back, life-saving item? As Li Thin Quan disappeared in the light, Dian Trach explained, that's right. A tool allowing players to escape the dungeon urgently and thrown at a critical moment. One of those costs several 100,000 adventure coins. That is definitely not an item that can be farmed in the dungeon. Tu Min watched the light fade, clicking his tongue. Humph, seems like the neighboring city really spent a large sum to protect their 10-star genius. They truly went all out. Meanwhile, at the control room of Han Kan Academy, clock showed 2 p.m. A female staff member monitoring the screen suddenly exclaimed, "Huh? This is..." The older man next to her, seemingly the principal, asked, "What's wrong? Have you got the real-time level ranking of players in the dungeon yet?" The staff replied, "Not yet, sir. Data feedback shows many players died in the 9 o'clock direction of the dungeon between 12 o'clock and 12:30. The principal frowned. "Is there anything strange about that? A few player teams ran into some tough monsters." The staff shook her head. "Not exactly, sir. Data analysis shows they were killed by player data not belonging to this city-ass area." The principal slammed the table in anger. Player data not belonging to this city's area. Seems like the neighboring city is playing tricks again. Save all these data records carefully. He looked into the air, murmuring with a serious face. The rookie dungeon of every city is competing to see who can clear it first, being the last place. Our Hyeonkan Academy has once again become a target for bullying in the eyes of some people. He turned back to ask the female staff, "How is the dungeon clearing progress of the students currently?" She replied, "Dungeon progress is very good. Most teleportation areas have been occupied by students. The limited dungeon footage we can retrieve in real time shows some capable players have organized large forces and started tackling dungeon boss stages." She pointed at the main screen. The leader is none other than the young master of the Trong family, 8-star magic hammer warrior Trong Duong. The three principals nodded. As expected, he is full of potential. I remember a few hours ago, Trong Duong was a level 6 candidate on the leaderboard. The normal final boss of the rookie dungeon is level 12, he continued analyzing. Since he is leading a large force, I assume he is now near level 10. I hope he can kill the boss as soon as possible and bring glory to our academy. Just then the staff announced, "Real-time ranking data analysis is available, sir." She reported, "Just as you guessed, Principal, Tron Duong's level is already level 9, almost reaching 10. He is tied for first place on the real-time data table." The three principals asked, "Tied for first? The other one must be student Diem Trach." The staff confirmed, "Yes, but the second and third positions following closely behind on the leaderboard are female students." The leaderboard appeared. Rank 1, Tron Duong Diem Trach. Rank 2, Jian Vanthan Ki Zhao right behind. The staff added, "They are Necromancer KY Zhao, level 7 and Spirit Healer Jiang Vanthan level 8. The principal exclaimed, "Even female students now are promising." He suddenly remembered, "Did you see student Tumin?" The staff replied, "I don't see student Tumin in the top leaderboard data." The principal ordered, "Look up for me what level student Tumin is currently." The female staff started searching, but then her face changed color in surprise. The principal was impatient. "Found him yet? What level is he?" She stammered, daring not believe what she saw. "L level 2. The principal was also stunned. "Ha!" The screen displayed Tumin's info. Data shows after he achieved first blood, his level never increased again. Back to the dungeon. Clock showed to 30 p.m. Tumin stood proudly on the corpse of a giant elite monster. A series of system notifications appeared in front of him. "Successfully killed elite sharp-toothed beast. Congratulations. You leveled up. Level 14. Hidden equipment interface unlocked." In another area of the dungeon, Ki Zhao and Diem Trach just finished a battle. Ki Zhao said, "Just over 2 hours of grinding, and we leveled up several times." "I am already level 8. Diem Trach excitedly continued, "I am already level 10. I can go challenge the dungeon boss." Ki Zhao looked into the distance murmuring, "The reason we could level up so fast." Ki Zhao continued, "Eyes looking at Jiang Vanthan standing humbly there. The girl who reached level 9. Is all thanks to Jiang Vanthan's EXP boosting skill." But Jiang Vanthan just smiled replying, "We should thank Tumin for giving me such a wonderful skill." Diem Trach excitedly summarized, "Really great. Our team currently is too amazing. We have healing ability, plus Vanthan's experience boost, and Diem Trach's precise range damage." Ki Zhao also chimed in, "I can summon pets to cover you guys." Diem Trach concluded, "But the most important thing is having a strong player like Tumin leading us." Tumin turned away, humbly replying, "Don't be so polite. It is all your own strength. I am just leeching." Ki Zhao was a bit indignant. "Huh? Tumin, are you mocking us? If you didn't come to save us, Diem Trach and I would definitely have died under that Li Thenquang's blade." In her mind, images of the fierce battle with Li Thenquang and Tumin's timely appearance returned. She blushed, eyes sparkling with admiration. At that time, Tumin fighting Li Thenquang was too cool and handsome. "I believe if our combination goes to challenge the dungeon boss right now, we can definitely clear it easily." Tumin turned his back to them looking at a distant cliff. "Ki Zhao, you are right, but unfortunately, my target isn't that normal boss." He turned back smiling mysteriously, holding a sparkling crystal key. "What I want to challenge is the hidden boss, even stronger than that." A notification appeared. Elite Sharp-Toothed Beast dropped item, Ripple Key. 2 Min explained. To find the hidden boss of the rookie dungeon, we must solve 3 puzzles aided by dungeon data and collect 3 corresponding items. The first puzzle appeared. Puzzle 1. When the silver moon hangs on the shore, blue waves part the way, and the red armor sleeps in the cold abyss. 2 Min led the team to a strange place with crescent-shaped trees. The activation location is the silver moon in the sky. In the rookie dungeon, there is no weather. Therefore, to find the silver moon, there is only one place. In the dungeon, there are trees growing in the shape of the moon. He pointed towards the calm lake in front. Then behind this lake is exactly the location of that hidden boss. Puzzle 2 appeared. Puzzle 2. Lake water turns into bone. Use iris petals as the compass. Beneath the quicksand, armor still keeps the ancient oath. 2 Min recalled. And the reason I rushed to be the first to enter the dungeon was so I could map out the route first and find the necessary items to challenge the hidden boss. From the moment I entered the dungeon, I immediately collected the activation item Iris Flower from the ape monster area. He held up 2 items, a crystal flower and the key. Combined with the ripple key farmed via the hint of puzzle 3, hold the key with the star pattern to reflect to the lake bottom. 9 ripples surround the stone platform. The knight pillows his head on his sword, waiting for light to break the murky waves. The 2 items merge, radiating brilliant light. 2 Min smiled. Success. Ki asked in surprise. How did you solve these puzzles? A sphere of energy from the merged items flew out and plunged into the lake surface, creating a giant whirlpool. A whirlpool has started in the lake. An ancient voice echoed from the lake bottom. Take the oath as the compass. Take starlight as the summon. A giant sword slowly rose from the water surface. Knight in red armor sleeps in a cold abyss. A figure in armor riding a skeletal warhorse rose from the water, or overwhelming, breaking the boundary with blue waves. A red warning notification appeared everywhere. Warning: hidden boss has appeared. The boss fully revealed itself, eyes glowing red under the helm. Guardian of the lake, lost knight. Immediately, notification appeared. TM Trach joined the group. Next, Ki Jiao joined the group. And finally, team formed. 2 Min became team leader. 2 Min turned back, eyes determined, ordering, everyone, prepare for battle. A blue screen appeared. Hidden boss challenge start. 15 minutes after system notification. Red armored knight is looking for a hostile target. The team was hiding in tall grass. TM Trach whispered worriedly. I say, is hiding like this really okay? Ki Jiao winked, smiling mischievously, whispering, why don't we try again? Meanwhile, Jiang Van Ten behind her appeared, extremely panicked. TM Trach turned to look at 2 Min, face revealing worry. Captain 2 Min, he pointed at the boss galloping. Hoofbeats rang out urgently. Look, that guy rides so fast, how do we kill him? Here a detailed info panel about the boss appeared. Hidden boss, guardian of the lake, lost knight, level 19, strength, 301, constitution, 250, agility, 102, spirit, 102, luck, 10, mount speed, 500 points. Heavy armor mastery LV5. The team looked at the stats panel, unable to hide astonishment. TM Trach muttered, speed 500 points. Even if we combine the speed points of all 4 people, it doesn't equal half his stats. 2 Min narrowed his eyes, focusing on observing the boss slaughtering other players in another area. A group of players was running for their lives. One of them shouted, what the hell? Why did a level 19 hidden boss suddenly appear in this area for no reason? But it was too late. The lost knight's spear swept through. Miserable screams echoed through the forest. Ah! From afar, 2 Min's group heard the screams. He calmly said, the 3rd wave of players nearby was wiped out by this hidden boss. Since we summoned that hidden boss, we need to hurry. Ki Jiao ran to 2 Min's side, reporting, 2 Min, following your instructions. She held up an empty mana potion. Face determined. We used up all everyone's mana potions in the team. We set up that time trap. 2 Min nodded. Thanks for your hard work, Ki Jiao. TM Trach, Van Than. Follow the set plan. Both teammates replied, Roger. 2 Min looked at the boss, thinking, in my previous life, I never challenged the rookie dungeon hidden boss, and most awakened 1T risk choosing to summon a hidden boss in the rookie dungeon right after awakening in life. Moreover, the rookie dungeon can only be challenged once in a lifetime. Therefore, not many people know the true face of the hidden boss in the rookie dungeon. He recalled the information he read. Only vaguely in some recorded documents could the puzzle solution be found, and I memorized it. He continued thinking. But I didn't expect the hidden boss to actually be equipped with a mount having 500 speed. He looked forward with sharp eyes. He decided to kill him. We must knock him off the horse, according to plan. Dian Trach drew his bow. Green energy gathered on the arrow. He shouted, "Fire!" unleashing countless arrows. Multiple hunting shot, energy arrows flew swiftly in the air aiming straight at the lost knight. However, all arrows were easily blocked by his thick armor. A line of text appeared above the boss. Heavy Armor Mastery LV5. Dian Trach ground his teeth. This boss has heavy armor mastery LV5. My archery skills can't cause much damage to him at all. The boss turned to lock onto him. Dian Trach shouted over the team comms, "Van Than." I pulled the boss's attention back. Jiang Van Than from another place reply, understood." She quickly used fire to create thick smoke. Two men observed from afar murmuring, "Plan Step 1. Dian Trach lures the boss back with precise range skills. Step 2. Van Than creates smoke in the area the boss must pass to confuse his vision." He smiled, quite smart. Even knowing to use fire to make smoke to hide the cave entrance. This trick learned from the goblin cave. The boss galloped straight into the murky smoke, losing orientation. It was forced to stop. It warily looked around trying to locate the enemy. Suddenly countless skeletons rose from the ground, clinging tight to its warhorse's legs. Skill activated. Summon skeleton army releasing time trap. Qi Zhao stood there, whole body wrapped in purple energy. A timer appeared. Our skill effect time remaining. 325. She thought, if two men didn't tell me, I would never know that a basic summoning skill could be combined into a time trap spell by summoning a large number of monsters. The boss roared, swinging its weapon to escape the pile of bones. Just then a blue light beam flew in. Jiang Van Than cast her magic, delayed soul absorption magic. Two men continued murdering the planned steps. Step 3. Restrain the movement of the boss's horse using the skeleton trap Qi Zhao set earlier. He looked at Jiang Van Than smiling, plus Van Than's slow magic locking the boss's movement. At the same time he silently admitted, I must admit that without their cooperation, dealing with this trap boss would be impossible. Perhaps I couldn't solo you. Immediately, he launched a powerful kick into the boss's chest with a determined face. He put all his strength into the kick. The extreme force made the lost knight lose balance. And two men roared, "Get off the horse from me." The boss fell heavily to the ground. From afar, Dian Trach cheered happily. "We did it." Dian Trach continued cheering. "We knocked the boss off his horse." But Qi Zhao with a serious face warned, "Don't let your guard down yet." She continued, "This is only the first stage." Recalling 10 minutes ago, Qi Zhao expressed her worrying. "Two men, this plan of yours is very good. But this way Van Than and I will run out of mana. Even if we successfully knock him off the horse, we won't be able to cause damage to the boss afterwards." Two men just calmly reply, "No problem, that is enough." He smiled confidently, "When that time comes, just leave everything to me." Back to the present. Two men stood in front of the fallen boss, eyes burning with battle will. "Let me solo him." Without a second of hesitation, he rushed to attack. Two men's sword and the lost knight's armor collided, creating bright sparks. Two men's sword paths were fast and strong, continuously pressuring the opponent. He moved flexibly, dodging the boss's counterattacks. The lost knight, although losing the horse, was still a formidable opponent. Their battle took place extremely fiercely. Sword energy streams collided. The power of both sides created an energy explosion spreading across the forest. From afar, two men's three teammates watched the battle in astonishment. Qi Zhao murmured, "So intense, two men really can face this hidden boss alone." She gripped her weapon. "I can't just stand and watch." Dian Trach also raised his bow. "I can still use skills, I have to go help," but a hand held him back. He turned and saw it was Qi Zhao. "Wait, student Dian Trach." She looked at him with steady eyes. Two men said, "Let him handle it." Qi Zhao turned back looking at the battle, smiling trustfully. "We must trust him, we have our own mission." At the same time, two men activated Divine Shadow Step. His body emitted a red aura. He rushed in. His slashes became faster and stronger. He moved like a ghost gliding past the boss's attacks. His speed skyrocketed suddenly. He easily dodged a fatal slash. He glided past the boss, coldly saying, "Too slow." The boss stared in surprise at his shadow. Didn't he expect that after leaving the horse mount? A new info panel appeared revealing the boss's fatal weakness. Its speed stat is only 55 remaining. Min finished his sentence: "Your true speed is this low." He launched a decisive slash, breaking the Lost Knight's armor. Min smirked coldly, eyes full of contempt. A hidden boss after all is nothing special. He roared, his hand emitting pink energy. He launched a decisive blow. Die. A clang rang out. His sword collided violently with the knight's armor, creating a shower of sparks. However, the boss's heavy armor was still solid, only chipped a little. Immediately after, the Lost Knight roared, swinging the greatsword to retaliate. Forcing back Min, a notification appeared. Weapon durability remaining 7. Min looked at his sword, frowning, thinking, "My sword's durability isn't enough. Damage is reduced a lot." The boss continued attacking, its greatsword swinging down powerfully, making Min struggle to defend. He ground his teeth. This guy's heavy armor attribute is truly a nuisance. Being pushed back, the boss suddenly stopped. Its red eyes flashed. It abruptly turned and ran towards the forest. It stopped, looking around, as if searching for something. Min stood from afar, asking sarcastically, "Trying to find your horse?" He leaned against a tree, crossing his arms, saying, "You are also quite smart. You know that mounted speed is your winning advantage." He smirked mischievously. "But unfortunately, your horse has been led away by them." Hearing that, the skeletal war horse, downed by the other three, neighed mournfully. Qi Zhao shouted, "Stop struggling, we want to let you run." TM Trach also ordered, "Van Tan, continue using your magic to slow its struggling speed." Qi Zhao turned to look at DM Trach with a determined face. "Our mission to restrain this horse is very important. This is what Min entrusted to us." Recalling Min instructing the team, "Remember, if the plan to knock the boss off the horse succeeds, leave the boss to me. You guys have an important mission." Qi Zhao surprised, "An important mission?" Min looked at them trustfully. "Restrain the boss's horse. Don't let him ride it again." Back to the battle, Min flew up, launching a powerful draw sword slash towards the knight. He landed spectacularly after completing the skill. However, his sword energy was blocked by the boss, creating a terrifying explosion. The boss shouted, releasing all its power. Water blade roaring converge. Min was a bit surprised. "So you also know a few skills." It swung the sword, slashing apart the rushing water blade, but that was just a distraction. Min used sword control to direct his sword, attacking from another angle, piercing the boss's armor. Another notification appeared. Weapon durability remaining 3. He continued attacking relentlessly. Lightning-fast sword paths continuously descended on the boss. He murmured with a highly focused face, "Can't he waste any more weapon durability?" He saw cracks growing larger on the opponent's armor. His heavy armor is about to break. He focused all power into his eyes, preparing to launch the final blow. Sword energy hovered around him. Suddenly, the knight's red eyes flashed a deadly light. The knight with extraordinary speed closed in on Min. Both launched an earth-shattering slash together. The knight was faster, so it gave him an additional punch straight to the stomach. The boss continued lifting his head, using the sword hilt to smash hard into him. He coldly looked down at the opponent, smiling. This move is actually effective equally on both players and monsters. Suddenly he slowly appeared behind the boss. His equipment interface lit up, signaling the set was activated. Min said with delight, "I love this equipment set." He raised the sword. A blue energy enveloped it, preparing for the final blow. He used sword control. The sword flew, piercing through the boss's shattered armor. A clang rang out. The knight's heavy armor shattered. System notification appeared. Heavy armor shattered. Weapon durability depleted. Min's sword turned into a mysterious purple shadow sword. He raised it high and boldly declared, "It's over." Meanwhile, at Heineken Academy, clock showed 3:30 p.m. The science school communication room was in use mode. Principal Vuong walked in. A voice rang out. "Finally arrived, Principal Vuong," another principal said sarcastically. "Seems like all principals have been chatting in the communication room for a while." "We arrived not long ago. Simply you arrived last, Principal Vuong. What's wrong?" Is it because no student in your Haiyan Academy's rookie dungeon has challenged the boss yet? As usual every year, clearing results start coming in. After 3 p.m., another person chimed in. But Principal Vuong, anyway your Haiyan Academy is always last place, so it doesn't matter if you take your sweet time reporting. Principal Vuong calmly replied, I am not late because of the dungeon. He explained with a serious face, I received some real-time feedback data from inside the dungeon. Players from outside our school sneaked into our Haiyan Academy's rookie dungeon. We haven't identified the outside players yet. He looked at another principal and said, but I am sure it must be students from one of your 3 other city academies causing trouble, right? Old Ta, could it be you? The victim data shows they were killed by someone using blade skills. I heard your Vu Duan Academy's genius student, Li Fen Quan, is a master of blade weapons. That principal Ta hurriedly retorted, oh, don't slander without evidence. Our Academy's Li Fen Quan is currently a key attack force challenging the final boss in our rookie dungeon. Another principal intervened. I dare say we will clear it in less than half an hour. Our Dong Lin Academy already has 3 student groups leveled enough and challenging the boss. Yet another spoke up. Our Nam Quan Academy pushed the boss into its second phase. As long as we operate normally, clearing news will come soon, Principal Vuong thought. Seems like other academies are progressing smoothly with the boss. Every second now counts. He clenched the 2 tickets in his hand nervously. If our academy doesn't achieve the first clear this year, then we will only have 2 tickets to the Tower Council left, the lowest number in history. He looked into the air, heart full of hope. Currently the player closest to taking down the boss is Tron Duan. Everything now depends on his strength. Back to the dungeon at 3:15 p.m., Tron Duan was shouting, leading his team charging forward. Everyone advance, don't hold anything back, use all your strength, kill the final boss. But in front of them was a giant lion monster. King of the jungle, Simba level 15. The boss easily slaughtered Tron Duan's team. Students were knocked flying, screaming in despair. Tron Duan, despite trying his best, had to bitterly admit, we are completely not opponents, our levels aren't high enough to successfully challenge it. His teammate desperately said, no, we came this far. Tron Duan collapsed but still didn't give up hope. The rookie dungeon first clear reward must be mine.